Welcome back to Game of the Year 2020, the Extravaganza, also known as January. We are glad to be here following up with even bigger, louder, better categories for nominations than last time. We've got Bob.
Hey, guys.
We've got Casey, excellent. And we've got Mr. Feel.
Hello.
Gentlemen, we've got a job to do. The first category we're covering for Big Big Dimensions Game of the Year 2020 Part 2 is Best Companion. The nominees are Adachi, the 59-year-old detective with a bad back. What game is that?
Because I like a dragon.
Okay, that's what
only I play.
That's what I figured, but I needed to be sure. Adler, and in quotes, we've got a job to do.
We do have a job to do.
BJ from 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Philbo Fiddlepie from Bugsnax
character, isn't it?
You can tell by the name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Genki from Spider-Man Miles Morales. Horse, and there is a sad face next to it from Ghost of Tsushima.
What a good guy.
Oh, man. Lemon when paired with Cheerwine. Oh, man, I should have gotten some of that before this category. 1 second. I'm going to have to finish reading these and then go get that so I can better ruminate on this. Nemesis from Resident Evil 3. Paimon from Genshin Impact, or as other people know it as, the former corpse of Feel's bank account.
Hey, I haven't spent that much money. The last money I spent, I specifically asked people, give me money to waste. And they did.
Red-pilled murder grandpa with a bow from Ghost of Tsushima.
Who here remembers his name?
I fucking don't.
I spent the whole game calling him that. I didn't care to remember his name.
I played it last night. I don't remember it.
He's just Rick.
I think it's Ishikawa.
Yes, I think that's right.
Yes.
Master Ishikawa, you sure do say women with a weird tone all the time.
Whamming.
Lord Ishikawa, it's 7 a.m. You shouldn't be drinking so heavily yet. Let me tell you, Jen. Let me tell you about how she fucked me.
It really is great that every line that comes out of him sounds like it could be said by Rick. From Rick and Morty. The next candidate, Ricky.
Yeah, from Xenoblade.
There we go. That's what I thought.
The hero pawn.
The bald man who is scared of Doom Guy. I assume this is DLC, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that guy's incredible.
He's popping in like...
He's in a mission, too.
He keeps popping in like, they said not to do that, but you're doing it, so, okay then. Disconnect.
He's like,
wasn't he also the scared dude in the main campaign where he has like the security card on his neck?
I don't
grabs it and drags it.
Now I have to check.
Yeah, you guys should check that. I'm not sure if that's the same dude, but it might be.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the very same guy. But it might be.
The camera in Dark Souls remake.
Demon
Souls remake. Sorry, I'm reading the list for 2020, but in my mind, I was reading the list from 2022 when they remake Dark Souls again.
Ooh.
The eggs in Fall Guys.
Ugh.
Uwu Dobo from Twilight of Mana. Her name's Shawet. She used to act in a web series.
No, it is not the same guy, by the way. He is in the main campaign, though.
And Yakisoba Pan.
You gotta look good for your Yakisoba Pan.
I gotta look good for Yakisoba Pan. Oh, yeah, I guess I should say that is from 13 Sentinels. He just ran
that specific Yakisoba Pan. Sometimes angels descend and give me this, this sandwich.
It just barely outstripped Hamburger.
That conversation was incredible. Listen, it's Yakisoba Pan might be good, but nothing is better than a hamburger.
There was an interview where they asked fucking George Kamitani, he's like, what if he finally ate hamburger? What would he say? He's like, if that character ate it, he would respond with, Americans are fearsome.
That's pretty good. I'm going to need just 1 second to prep while I ruminate. Okay, got my cheer wine with a lemon. Let's see. So we're going to have 4 votes, and I'm going to let Bob start this one.
All right. I got this. Okay, Adler.
Yeah, it's true. We've got a job to do.
Yeah, we've got a job to do.
We've got a job to do.
What's he from?
He's the guy in Call of Duty who says there are no winners here.
Oh my god.
It's so good. Well, let me rephrase. He's fucking Shar Aznable, and he's in the new Call of Duty.
Yes. Yeah, the most perfect smirk. BJ.
Okay. From Regis Rim, got it.
Yes. Oh man.
Mm-hmm. It's not easy.
Uwu Dobo.
I'm gonna just type her real name in of Charwit.
Shawit.
Shaw what?
You write it like that. Yes!
Charwit, all caps.
That's how she says it. I don't know.
My name's Charwit.
And
You
the
sh-
Nemesis, yeah.
Okay, Nemesis. You should watch Boy to High. Okay, there we go.
Stop later. High.
There we go. That's a strong list, Bob.
Yes.
We're gonna move to Feel next.
Lemon when paired with cheer wine.
Yeah, I'm living that right now. Lemon.
Nemesis.
Really looking forward to us going insane by Game of the Year 2023. And it's like best vegetable.
And I'm getting mad because someone put in tomato.
The bald man who is scared of Doom guy.
Didn't have space, so I wrote Baldy.
I'm gonna put Shaw what?
Oh, sorry, that was lowercase. That is incorrect. There we go.
Shaw what?
Shawit. Okay, KZ.
The bald guy who's scared of Doom guy.
Absolutely.
Big fan. Wonderful character. Where he's like, hey, you're doing the opposite of what they told you to do. Okay. And then later just, so here's all this lore. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, there's a good exchange where
that crazy shit you're about to do, go ahead, man.
he just explains all this stuff, and Doom Guy just stares at him, and then his response would just go, okay, so I'm gonna do that now.
I'm like, you found a way to make this the best, like, person to talk to. I don't know how you topped Samuel Hayden.
It's good because it's a very different dynamic, and I think it works great.
But yeah, that let's see. You got a lot of decent things here. Definitely gonna have to say the Camera and Demon Souls remake.
Okay.
Really good sidekick. Really shows its independence when you're fighting the boss in Latria, the second one, the Man-Eater.
Man-eaters.
Yeah. You can tell someone's repressing.
I'm trying to think of, like, it really didn't give me that much trouble there, but there are numerous areas in that game where the camera just wall.
Yeah. It sucks you don't go back to the hub and FF7 remake a lot, because I was considering putting the door in here, but I can't. It's not in enough of the game.
I think Red 13 is the only thing that would qualify as a companion in that game, probably.
But he's so short-lived. Who would nominate him?
Yeah, I know.
Not a long-term character like Lemon.
Yeah. BJ. BJ's dope. Rolls around, is constantly making messes.
Yeah.
Crazy shit is involved. I'm doubling up. Yakisoba
Plan.
Also from 13 Sentinels. Very important. It takes a lot of hits, especially in one scene.
Okay. So I think this is gonna go pretty good for me. Lemon with cheer wine is an excellent fucking combo. I don't know a single person who's tried cheerwine and not been kind of like lukewarm on it. And I'm like, put lemon in it. That hasn't just been like, fuck, you nailed it, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's so good.
This is fucked up because you left to put lemon and cheerwine in now.
It's come from behind.
It's like if I
Cobra.
booted up every game that was nominated here and like, let me play this real quick.
Next one, Yakisoba Pan. It seems to be Takatoshi's fucking sidekick of the generation.
Yeah, it's always there. Sometimes it's there and gone 7 times in one sequence.
Oh, it's good. That was a really good
Yeah,
sequence.
Like when he's like, fuck you, I'll just eat 7 right now.
Get this fucking allowance. I'll show you what I used this allowance for. I'll spend it all right now on delicious yakisoba pan.
And just like every other food in that, they eat the whole thing, including the wrapper.
In 2 bites.
What a genius.
Oh, man. So good, so good. I always wanted to try yakisoba pan, but this game made it really difficult for me to be like, I'm okay with never trying it. Yeah, no. It's, like, part of my brain was like, I'll live if I don't try it. Now I'm like, God damn it. I do need to try some authentic fucking yakisoba pan at some point. Worth noting, he has a complete, almost like crisis of faith in the Japan of 1980, except for yakisoba pan. This man has lost touch with humanity and his culture and his nation, but delicious yakisoba pan keeps him going. That's pretty fucking integral. Looking at the rest of these, one would say it's pretty hard, but it really isn't. We're giving it to Adler.
Yeah.
It's a good
no winners here.
It's a good year for Call of Duty with Char Aznavour's one of the main characters.
Do we need to post the Adler head in chat?
Oh God.
Oh shit, are we getting another emote for our Discord?
Honestly, the Stonehead Adler is probably one of the best things you could fucking stick as an emote. It's so good. Yeah, I'm gonna say, looking over this, see, the problem for me is Shawwit was my main character, and that actually made my game fall apart plot-wise for Trials of Mana, so I can't give it to Shawwit. I enjoy Shawwit. That game system for how it crafts your story is asking to be broken, and I did it. So there was barely any development on multiple fronts. There was no good chemistry between the side characters and the main character. I'm not giving it to Shawwit. But Shawwit's delightful, and she deserves to be executed a little bit better. What's wrong with Shawwit?
I feel like I'm going insane.
What's wrong with Shawwit?
So I'm going to give it to Red Pilled Murder Grandpa.
He needs at least one, right?
I think he's delightful. Red Pilled Murder Grandpa is hilarious as shit. He is such a bitter asshole. The entire game, every time he talked, I heard it in the from Rick and Morty voice. Like, he's just that insane and not to be trusted, because Jin Sakai is just like, maybe you should calm down and not be some bitter asshole who's trying to murder his disciple because she done betrayed him. And then he's like, no, you don't listen, Jin, women, you can't trust them. It's the worst and most hilarious. So I have to nominate him here because he's such a powerful companion.
Yeah, every single time everything with Tomoe comes up with him, he's just crying Wojak.
Yes! That's hilarious. Let me see if anything got 3 nominations. Nothing got 3 nominations.
Jesus.
Strong
We're
category this
fucked.
year.
Yes.
I'm just going to put Yakisoba Pan at the top. No need to think about that any further than that.
Yakisoba Pan, Shawwit.
Lemon.
I think that's all of the 2 voters.
No, Baldy and Nemesis each got 2.
Oh, I actually can't. Oh, your second nomination was... Okay, so all the 2 voters are as follows. Yakisoba Pan, Shawwit, Adler, BJ, Lemon, Baldy, and Nemesis. This is a huge amount, so we're gonna get 3 votes each.
I'm gonna post this in our Discord real quick just so people can review it.
Oh yeah, you guys need to see. You guys need to see this fucking stone Adler head.
What in the fuck are
Is
you
that
talking
in
about?
one of the maps?
That is the ending of that game, basically. It's the second to last level. It's the
Are
funniest
you
shit in the
fucking
world.
kidding me?
It's really fucking funny, too, because the Call of Duty spoilers here. I don't think anyone actually minds. You're in a game of the year. Expect spoilers. I'm going to give you 4 more seconds of me stalling. Okay, so as they're doing the MK Ultra project on you and trying to inject memories of Vietnam, you're remembering the wrong shit. And he's like, yeah, there were definitely zombies, you're right. And then you're just fighting off zombies while there's stone heads of Adler hanging out. And he's just like, what the fuck is going on here? Go through the goddamn door. So it's really funny as everything's falling to shit. These things that used to be random landmarks in Vietnam or whatever, this imagined Vietnam, instead of being like landmarks that make any sense, become stone Adler heads that look like the Yes meme. Thank you. That's important.
Yeah, Bart. It's art in emote for us.
It's really good, and it's fucking hilarious. The ending of that game's way too funny to me, especially the betrayal option.
All you got to do when you're messing with Discord, just make that emote a part of your mood, your status.
Oh, yeah.
People are like, why is this little baby rock there?
Okay. So the list is Yakisoba Pan, Shawit, Adler, BJ, Lemon, Baldy, and Nemesis. 3 votes each. I'll go first.
If you're just tuning in, go to a hospital.
Okay. My votes are for Yakisoba Pan, Adler, and Lemon with Cheerwine. We're going to KZ next.
Yakisoba Pond, Baldy, and BJ.
We're going to Bob next.
BJ, Adler, and Nemesis.
Okay, we're going to Feel next.
Lemon. Adler.
Oh my god.
And Shawit.
Okay.
How our fucking talking more about it just totally sold him on Adler.
Adler's so fucking good. The memes I've seen come out at the end of that game.
Just that conversation just gave him
When
place.
Kino Fabino, Twitter user Kino Fabino, is posting Adler every day, you know something is funny.
Yes, that's when you know. And when you know, you know. God. There's an end of Ava one where instead of having the giant head in the background, it's just a giant stone Adler head.
Well, congratulations. We now have a 3-way tie for second.
But that's okay, because Adler just took first.
I can't believe Adler's number 1. I love it.
This is the best.
You know, when people came into this podcast and they're like, we have 16 nominees for Best Companion, I don't think anybody in our audience thought that the Call of Duty character would win.
I mean,
A game where half the people on this show didn't play it.
here's the thing. You play that game, you boot up that single player, you fall in love with Adler immediately. Like, you can go back and watch our launch day stream for the PS5, and I'm like, I love this guy.
I'm going to be honest, I'm looking at this character just through the stone thing, and I assume he just looks like that.
Yes.
He looks like a parody. He looks like a parody of like military action star from the 80s.
Yeah, that's what makes him funny.
I mean, yes,
Yes.
that is absolutely the case. The shit he says to you throughout the game's really good. Like, because as I mentioned on Big Think often, you get all these dialogue trees and options to have conversations with your allies in your home base. So you get to do all these conversations where somebody really early on the game's like, don't ask him about his scar. And if you go ask him about his scar, what is it, Bob? His first response is, "What scar?" And you're just staring at his face, which is covered in a wicked ass scar, and he's just like. And then if you push it, he makes up some bullshit. It's clearly a fake answer.
It's like don't trust women or something.
it's insane.
Oh my god!
It's such an insane level of bullshit. Okay, so we've got Adler, and then a 3-way tie for second. The 3-way tie for second is between Yakisoba-pan, BJ, and Lemon. So we're gonna go down to 2 votes. We only get to vote between these 3. I'm voting for Yakisoba-pan and Lemon. We're going to Bob.
I'm voting for Yakisoba-pan and BJ.
Okay. KZ.
Yakisoba-pan and BJ.
Feel.
Yakisoba-pan and Lemon.
Okay, well, we have a second place now. Yakisoba-pan is second best companion.
Of course.
2020.
It was narrowly beaten by Call of Duty, man. As best companion. Okay, so we've got Call of Duty, man. Yakisoba-pan. Who's gonna win next? A little robot droid, or a lemon that you would have with a soda?
It starts with a search for the finest ingredients. Okay, here we go. We're going to vote between BJ and Lemon. You get 1 vote each. We'll start with Bob.
BJ.
Okay, KZ.
BJ.
Feel.
Lemon.
We know it's the tie.
Mm-hmm.
Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Let me hear some arguments.
BJ's a character.
Emulates ET and it's joyful.
It is.
Lemon elevates Cheerwine into being a transcendent experience.
I'm kind of leaning with Feel here. Like BJ's great.
BJ elevates Natsuno Minami's story in ways you would not think possible. Every time he came out of that bag, I felt
Cheerwine with Lemon is like making a 10 somehow the next level of a 10.
Oh, this is some Dragon Ball Z logic here.
Cheerwine with Lemon could defeat Jiren.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Unconfirmed. BJ could also do that.
No, he couldn't. I'm pretty sure a trash compactor could kill BJ.
Look.
No, you see what would happen is BJ would show up a projection, and the projection would show a character with plot, and then Jiren was like, I don't know what that is, and then has a stroke.
Yeah, I don't think that Jiren understands how televisions or projectors work, so he would just be baffled.
And just vote for fucking BJ so we can escape this segment.
I'm voting for Lemon. It's a tie.
God fucking damn it.
I don't even think BJ's the best companion in that game. Thus why Yakisoba-pan is second.
All right, so rattle them off.
the category for best companion of 2020, the top 3 sort of are Adler from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Yakisoba-pan. We need to show them some cutscenes after this fucking thing. Yakisoba-pan, delicious Yakisoba-pan. BJ, the tiny robot that is ET-esque, and Lemon with Tier 1. This last 2 being tied for 3rd.
I'm a big fan of Lemon just because of the fact that it's not a lemon. It's lemon only if you plan to pair it with a Cheerwine. So it's like a companion that also needs another companion with them.
Nah, see, here's the thing. You need to understand that we need to contextualize the lemon, right? You're contextualizing BJ because he's in that game, and Yakisoba-pan because it's in that game.
So yeah, Cheerwine is a video game.
Just like Adler here, right, is being contextualized as a Char in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Whatever, move on.
KZ's reached the point where he's just dying.
Yep.
What are you talking about? This is a great category. I'm happy with how this came out.
See you guys in the next part. Be honest. the way the votes were going at first, I was shocked that Shawwit didn't survive.
As I said, she destroyed my
Yeah.
game. I would have fucking voted for her if she didn't be the crucial element of me getting an absolute garbage story.
Yeah, she's a companion, not a main character.
Yeah,
Strong.
and that was the problem. I chose her as a main character, and that's what I experienced, and oh boy.
Yeah, you disqualified yourself.
Mm-hmm. It was all my fault. Next category. Dumbest thing in a game.
Oh, I remember this one. I remember there being like 18 things.
This is a strong category with a lot of powerful contenders. Let me clear out our things we've written down. There we go. And I'm going to alphabetize this too.
Oh my god, things have been added here.
Yes.
Wait,
Hold
the
on.
quotation-
That bottom one's confusing me.
The quotation mark apparently sorts these to first, which is funny as hell. I'm reading it in this order. Once again, dumbest things in games in 2020. The candidates are Lord Sakai. That is not true honor.
You're not honorable.
I'll let KZ read the next one.
Why'd you lie to me, Miles?
Barrett Shadow Ghost Stab. This literally is
That's all you need.
4 nouns.
Yes.
Somebody's like, stab is a noun. Boat ramps in The Last of Us 2.
Oh my gosh.
Chandlo, he is pretty fucking dumb.
Is that a Bug Snacks thing?
Bug snacks.
Yes.
Okay.
Demon Souls activity card that spoiled that it was the false King Allant. Thanks. There's so much plot in that game. I'm really glad you spoiled that one bit of plot. Fuck you. Persona 5 Royal require you to play 90 hours of an old game to experience the new cool stuff.
I feel like we need one more Demon Souls thing in there. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Don't worry. I made sure to get that one.
Persona 5 Royal require you to play 90 hours of an old game to experience the new cool stuff. Reeves Persona looking over the destroyed Sector 7 in Final Fantasy VII Remake. The time skip in Neo 2. Time ghosts in Final Fantasy VII Remake. And world tendency in Demon Souls.
Oof.
Man, Demon Souls showed up here twice, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Fuck.
Whatever. Final Fantasy VII showed up 3 times.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Reeves Persona, Barrett, and Time Ghosts.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that because I don't know if I may have written Time Ghost, but I don't remember. Okay. Bob, we'll start with you. We haven't started too many with you. You get 3 votes.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Time Ghosts.
Okay.
Neo 2 Time Skip.
Okay.
Then it gets hard. Let's see.
I like
That Persona one's really good, Bob. I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
I believe it because I didn't buy the game because of it.
Yeah, that is also why I didn't. That's
World Tendency.
okay.
That's
Correct.
respectable.
It is stupid as hell.
Yes.
That's accurate. Those are just facts you're saying right there. Okay. Next we're gonna go to KZ.
Let's see. Going off the top, gonna say world tendency.
Fair.
That mechanic is insane. Where sometimes you go, all right, you died in human form, so you can't get this perfect like tendency. So there's a wall over here that's just there. If you were in white tendency, it would be gone, and then you could pick that item up. But you could be pure black, and then this thing will appear. So you have to play online, which means you just have to beg people to arrive so that they can be killed by you. And then you hope it connects, but then you're in the wrong connecting room because of the online system. And then
Do you just want to make all of Demon Souls a candidate? Because we could wrap up 2 different things.
honestly, that Demon Souls activity card, I am going to pick it.
Okay.
I'm going to pick that because that seems like the most insane thing possible. That
no idea what they were.
How the fuck?
I don't.
That's like literally having an activity card called Plot Twist.
Yes, literally. I have no idea what they were thinking there. I guess they didn't expect someone completely new to the game to buy it, which is insane because, of course, they should expect that.
Of course, that's going to sell like 10 times as many copies as the original.
Right, because it's modern Sony. They have a good marketing team now and a market leadership. That original game didn't have anything remotely near that.
Now, despite Persona 5 Royal requiring you to play 90 hours of an old game to get to the cool parts, I'm not going to vote for it. I just wanted to highlight it because it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that is ridiculous.
The cool stuff's really good. Probably the best chunk of that entire game. It's kind of crazy. But I have to play 90 hours of it. Someone's like, but KZ, they put in new social links with 2 characters that they laced throughout the main game to justify it. I'm like, that is correct.
They sure did. I'm going to block you now.
No, I'm not toxic like Feel, so I will not block you.
I will mute you and never tell you.
Yeah, I will mute you without ever saying it. God damn you. You have to take it from me, asshole. All right, I have to pick the most reasonable and really the dumbest thing in this entire category. The one that stands above all. The time skip in Neo 2.
Okay.
I was really expecting, why did you lie to me, Miles?
Oh, no, that's... In any other year, that would win. But unfortunately, my heart goes to, we are going to ruin our entire story.
Brave.
Feel, you go ahead.
Reeves for Sona looking over Sector 7. Because
That was CG.
it just... It's so nonsensical, like there's no reason for the character that is... For Reeve to
It's really
send...
funny.
He wanted to
He
get a
could
closer
just look
look.
out his window.
He needed even closer.
He could go.
He was trying to make it. He was trying to stop it. He was waddling over.
It was like, well, we gotta have it in here for some reason. So
Yeah.
here it is.
Yeah, it definitely was
The
that.
fact that he was in a CG cutscene and not like a game model.
World tendency.
Okay.
And lastly, I'm gonna give it to Lord Sakai. That is not true honor because for the aspect of like, what do you mean you hit him in the back when he was running away? That's not true honor.
Yeah, that game's story is really dumb.
Nothing is honor except human wave tactics.
Yes.
Thankfully, it's the best story they've ever made.
Yes.
Stop saying that.
But it's true.
I know. It hurts.
Okay. Now World Tendency is clearly taking a sweep. That system didn't upset me as the Demon Souls activity card, so I'm putting that in here. Because, man, I had some low lows with that game, and that literally felt like I didn't even know I had this knife in my gut for the last hour, but you just turned it. You just twisted that knife. I hit such a low.
I'm gonna be honest. That is the equivalent, right?
Uh-huh.
Of say you're playing Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting Genova Dreamweaver.
Uh-huh.
And you die. You roll back a little bit, and you're like, I want to use the PS5's things. And there's a card that says you're fighting Sephiroth at the end. It's like,
Yeah.
it is psychotic. Especially in Demon Souls, where it's like there's almost no story here.
And
We're
you
gonna
spoiled
spoil
that.
the twist. They're gonna spoil that it's a twist final boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a neat thing where it's like, oh, the epic guy's just like the false thing, and then the actual final boss is pathetic goo man.
Right.
And it's like, no, you can't even have that.
Yeah, no, it robbed me.
You have nothing.
It
I
felt,
genuinely feel really, really bad.
that sucks. Sucks real bad. Next one, I'm putting Time Ghosts from Final Fantasy VII Remake. I said enough on the spoiler cast, but that was a billion years ago now. That game's fantastic. I think the original story is fantastic, and I think all of the changes they made in the new one were amazing, except for the Time Ghosts. I think they're really stupid, and the way they affect the plot is extremely unexciting and just makes me engage with it less mentally, because at any moment a ghost can undo someone dying or cause someone to die. I don't think anything they did with Time Ghost was interesting, so I'm voting for that. I'm gonna be honest. This third one, I looked at this list. It was the first thing my eyes seeked to.
Damn it!
But
I was gonna try and sell you on the time skip in Neo 2.
the time skip in Neo 2 is pretty good. But let me tell you about Boat Race.
I knew it. I fucking hate you.
Wait, you had the same moment. Don't pretend it's a me thing.
I know, but it's not. I feel like this could have been best thing in a game for you, because I always think of the clip of me doing it, and I have the Dan cam, and you're looking at it, you're pointing at the camera, you're pointing at people around the house going, he's doing it, he's about to do it.
He's about to slip on the same banana peel I slipped on. Look, watch this completely normal human interaction with this game where every last person goes, well, I'll just swim after them. Oh, I can't. Why can't I? Oh,
And
this boat
just like
ramp.
with you, it happened twice.
Yeah, it's terrible. The boat ramps in The Last of Us Part 2, where it's just like, no, you don't understand. Only boats can pass over this plank of wood.
Ellie isn't strong enough, Dan.
It's insane. It's fucking insane. It's the one. I would argue it maybe is the dumbest thing on this fucking list. It's so stupid. It's like if they had boat doors. And it's just like, yeah, you can't go through that door. That door's for boats. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That
Stupid?
That's. What do you mean I can't walk on this plank of wood? It's a plank of wood. Well, it's a boat ramp. Excuse you? So I'm voting for that. Let me go ahead and tabulate these. Okay. And then from there, it's single votes. So I'll leave them out. Is that correct? Did anyone see any other double votes? That I missed?
No, Time Ghost. It's on both you and...
That's true. That's true. I like how time shows up twice.
Almost like time-related stuff is a problem.
Good thing other games this year that will be discussed during Game of the Year solved that problem through the most bullshit means imaginable, but we're not talking about that game right now. We'll talk about it later. Okay, so that's all the ones we double voted for. Now, clearly, based on votes alone, and I think everyone can agree, World Tendency is dumbest thing in a video game in 2020.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the dumbest thing in gaming in 2009 as well.
Yes, it's a real repeat contender. We now have 3 things to vote from, ladies and gentlemen. A 3-way tie between Demon Souls activity card that fucking spoils the false king Allant or Allant, Time Skip in Neo 2, and Time Ghosts. I'm going to say we each get 2 votes. We'll go ahead and start with KZ.
Demon Souls card,
Okay.
because it just actively spoils the game you're actually playing.
Yeah.
And Time Skip Neo 2. I'm sorry, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, I was so excited for Bob to talk about that on Big Thing once I started seeing it and he explained it. I'm like, are you... What?
I'm like, this is cool. There's... What? It's not like... At least there's some manner of setup that Final Fantasy VII is gonna fuck the people that don't like those time ghosts.
So, okay, now we'll go to Feel. Feel?
Demon Souls card spoiling the game.
Okay.
And Time Skip Neo 2, because it sounds really stupid.
Okay, Bob?
Time Ghosts and Neo 2 time skip.
Okay.
Field, you don't understand. It's like the time ghost will like show up and you're like, I wonder what those are going to be about by the end. Neo 2, it's just you beat a final boss. One cutscene passes. You're in the future now. Fight Neo 1-man.
So I'm going to vote for Demon Souls activity card and Time Ghost, which means Demon Souls and Time Skip and Neo 2 get a tie. Time Ghost gets runner-up. It doesn't even get in the top 3. So now we're going to move ourselves down to 1 vote, and I see this coming from a mile away, but here we go anyway.
This is fucked up. Do we now have to fight the Time Ghost because they're going to try and sneak their way back into the top 3 because they need to be for fate? Or
no, because this is we're already on the proper timeline.
Okay. We already watched FMVs of things as we punched them a bunch. Good.
Yeah, no, we're on the proper timeline. Bob stumbled and fell out of a window.
No, don't make him wedge.
I didn't stumble. I was suctioned out of there. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm probably dead. I don't even know.
It made like one of those sticking the canister in a bank chute sounds as you flew out. It was like dunk.
Oh God, you're in one of those tubes like a fucking Jetsons character.
So we got Time Skip and Neo 2 and Demon Souls activity card. We're going to get 1 vote each. I'm voting Demon Souls activity card. Bob.
Time skip.
Okay. Feel.
Activity card.
KZ.
My heart says that. My heart says that time skip, but God damn it. One of them actively ruined someone's experience, and it wasn't a part of the game's writing. It was a part of the QA being idiots. So I'll give it to you for Demon Souls. It can have it.
Okay.
Yeah, the only reason I don't vote for it is like that game doesn't have a story. I can't care.
Yeah, but that was the only story in that game.
Yeah,
it was
nothing.
All there was. It's Bob. It's the equivalent of here's your meal. It's one tiny fillet of fish, and then someone came up and farted on it, and it's like, dude, come on.
Bob's like, why are you crying that you're starving and you just lost your food? It was only a cracker. Get over it.
Yeah, that's basically yes.
God, I'm just imagining other activity card equivalents of just like, this is what it took away from you. You're playing Birth by Sleep. And like, I lost to this bald guy. Activity card is Terra with white hair.
No, you're playing Final Fantasy 15, and there's an activity card that's like, talk to the villain for the first time, and it has a picture of Arden's face.
That one's obvious because you've watched Kingsglaive.
Yes, actually,
I feel it would more be like activity card. Yeah, the game stops right here.
Next activity, nothing.
So our dumbest things in games in 2020 are: number 1, World Tendency in Demon Souls. Number 2, Demon Souls activity card that spoils the False King Allant. And Time Skip in Neo 2. Man, these are really strong contenders. I can't believe
fucking Demon Souls just came out.
I know.
And just grabbed 2 of the dumbest ones. It beat out great stuff like, why'd you lie to me, Miles?
Why'd you lie to me, Miles? Okay. Moving on to the next category. We got to do positive, negative, positive, negative.
Until we're dead.
Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. This is Game of the Year. Expect spoilers. This next part is really going to be bad about that. Best plot twist. Our contenders are Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War's entire fucking ending. Time Ghosts. 13 Sentinels. Bob, you just wrote 13 Sentinels.
Yeah, it's everything.
That's enough.
Bob will talk.
Okay. Aerith disrespecting women. That's Feel. And Dan gets a Mac. With the follow-up, the Mac has worse problems than the PC.
No.
We wrote that in weeks ago.
Yeah, it's true. I was like, I got a Mac. Isn't that insane? I've never owned one. And then the Mac developed a problem that hasn't been a problem on basically And
You didn't need to write the extra parentheses.
it's funny as shit, though. So I did.
Quite the plot twist. Double twists.
It is a double twist, just like 13 Sentinels is 17 twists.
Yes.
So here's the horrifying thing, guys. We have 5 contenders. We get 2 votes.
Okay.
It seems hard to choose. So I'll go first. I'm going to say Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is my number 1. Because the sequence they make out of it is really, really fun. And I feel like in the past, they haven't had as much fun out of these Black Ops twists, where the fact that this is literally MK Ultra, and they've been injecting these memories poorly into you to have you have a deep history fighting side by side with Adler and Vietnam and all these other things. And it starts falling apart to where you see giant stone heads of Adler and you crawl into caves and zombies attack you. And the whole time you hear everyone who's injecting you with these memories talking to each other. And they're like, what the fuck is happening? This isn't what... yeah, you... And at one point, they keep running you through a Vietnam scenario. The third time you do it, you're Rambo. And he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, he had a bow and arrow. It was night.
You had a bow and arrow and you explode the enemies. It's just like... Sure. And then you look at the enemies and all the Vietnamese soldiers have been replaced with Adlers. It is some really funny shit and it's really enjoyable. And I really, really appreciate that it tied into an actual government project. The fact it did that was an extra layer of this is some funny fucking shit to me. So I'm going to give it to that. And, oh man, it's supposed to be best plot twist, but Dan gets a Mac. Entered here as best plot twist, and worst plot twist is what it became by the time we recorded this.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna give it that.
Yeah, I won't be picking it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go with 13 Sentinels. That game's nothing but plot twists, and I think that game's great. So of course, I think the plot twists are great, even if I think each new one might diffuse the others a little bit. I think the way the game reveals information to you is really, really great, and part of what is so engaging about it.
Bob, I'm pretty sure you're the one that wrote that.
Yeah.
What did you consider when you wrote it?
There are at least 3 different things. I don't know if we want to spoil all of it here.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want to hear it, skip a minute of this or mute the live premiere for a minute of this. Let's go ahead and have that conversation.
Sure.
Can I try to do Cliff Notes?
Go for it.
There's no time travel.
Yeah.
This isn't real. People aren't people, they're androids, but that didn't matter because none of this is real.
Tetsuya Ida.
Yeah, everything about Ida being Amaguchi and everything along those lines, all the Tomi Kisaragis, the multiple layers of these people have gone through 300 loops, and it's 20 million years since Earth ended.
Juro has a Tyler Durden.
Juro, as we meet him, is a composite person that didn't exist before this loop because of the personality, the custom personality grafting, combining with the injected memories.
His best friend is fake and also a cat.
Doing Juro late makes one scene that's repeated really weird when an extra character's there, and you're like, why is there an extra character here?
Oh,
Iori is the nurse.
Yeah. This game is nothing but nonstop plot twists. Did we miss anything?
I mean, we did, because there's a ton. There's like 100, but we don't need to say all of them because it's insane.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not going to be able to figure out which of these is real because we're going to give you 18 possibilities.
So yeah, I'm going to vote for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and 13 Sentinels. We're going to go to Feel next.
13 Sentinels.
Okay.
And Aerith disrespecting women.
Can you give me some more context on Aerith disrespecting women, if at all possible?
Okay, the part in Final Fantasy VII Remake where they see Tifa going on the cart to the wall market, and Cloud basically says, Well, Tifa's real strong and smart. I'm sure she can handle herself. I don't need to worry about her. I need to go check in with Barrett. And Aerith goes, fuck you. You're going to respect her agency. You march and save her.
It's a funny moment.
Yeah, it's not a twist at all.
That's absolutely a plot twist.
No, it's not.
I feel like he just
Plot
wants to get
twist.
it on
The
the list.
structure of the story was the same for that part.
So we're gonna go to KZ next. KZ.
13 Sentinels. I
Okay.
can just think of things close to my heart and go, yeah, put these pills in my mouth. Slim pickings for the rest of them, honestly.
Okay.
Fucking can't pick the Dan gets a Mac. That Aerith one. I was thinking this whole time going, I don't know what this means.
Oh, I knew exactly what he was referencing because I remembered recording that shit, but I just wanted him to get out here and say it himself. Keep in mind, I
okay.
only voted for one thing earlier. So you're still able to do that.
Oh no, that's fine. I like the Time Ghost part of 7 Remake, so I'll pick that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bob?
13 Sentinels and COD, because, oh man, both of those are really good.
I mean, they are both really good.
COD's incredibly dumb and seen coming, but it's still funny.
You know, it's fucking hilarious. And that's the thing. If it was played as dry and as serious as we've seen in the past,
Uh-huh.
it never would have shown up here.
Yeah, no.
Not a chance.
So happy that we have a decent spectrum of stuff of we're giving 13 Sentinels its due, and we're also giving Call of Duty its due. There's some part of our
We're
audience
nuanced.
like, you've done it for us. Thank you.
See, the funniest thing, right? The funniest thing is like that thing I said of like any other, like if they did it completely dry, it wouldn't be here. But there's a lot of energy shared between Call of Duty and 13 Sentinels with the crackheadedness.
You must finish 5 other stories before you can do part 2 of Adler.
Let me explain. They do a thing early on where you think the game is going to become a little bit of something else. They do a numbers flash as what is it, Mason, Bob?
Yeah, you play as Mason for one mission.
You play as Mason for one mission and they do numbers flash, and I'm like, oh, are they doing that again? I really don't want to be Mason and it'd be, you know, a Mason-centric story and the same twist and all this other stuff. No, it's just his PTSD with numbers, I guess.
Yeah, it shows up for 1 second. It's kind of disappointing.
It's kind of fucking hilarious. It just seems like a tangent that they forgot about.
Or where am I? Where's Reznov?
Okay, so that means we have, allegedly, a two-way tie between Time Ghosts and Aerith v. Women. Now, Bob,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling strongly about either of these, but I definitely could agree with it's a twist. Aerith disrespects women's agency a lot more than I could agree Time Ghosts is a good plot twist.
Yeah, I'll try to
Yes, I knew it would work out this way.
See, I knew it would work out like this, where they're like, we don't like this twist, so we will literally vote for something that isn't a twist.
I think them adding the Aerith being a trad wife to her character is a plot twist.
It is. You preyed upon their bad taste.
You also can't own me because it's related to the Time Ghosts.
Is it? Did
Yeah,
Time Ghost show up and tell her to do that?
No, but she clearly knows they're around and is like, you fucking get on those rails, motherfucker.
So, the list is 13 Sentinels, Call of Duty, and Aerith v. Women, as I've written it in here. There you go. That's best plot twists of 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, here's how good the plot twist was, how good and stupid the plot twist was at the end of Call of Duty. I immediately needed other people to finish that game. You know those feelings when you're just like, I need someone else to see this shit so we can talk about it.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the next category. Okay. We're doing worst plot twist next. Obviously, if you're worried about spoilers, maybe mute this. Come back.
Anything that came out this year.
Anything 5 to 10 minutes from now, okay? Okay. Worst plot twist. Number 1, in the candidates, Joel isn't alive. apparently, we should have thought he would let us do this alone, which we did. I called that. Time Ghosts in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Demon's Souls Remake is still a PS3 game. I don't know who wrote that. Who wrote that?
Me.
The Tinkerer's identity, which they reveal immediately, thusly giving you the idea that they're going to move on and develop things, and then do nothing with. Microsoft showing trailers for games and then posting job listings for pre-production on said games. And Tom
announcing that they don't know what they're going to do to the game.
I know, that was insane. And Tom Clancy's Elite Squadron is about destroying Black Lives Matter. I'm going to go ahead and say we get 2 votes. My top one's that Tom Clancy one. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's insane.
I wouldn't
that
feel...
That might be the worst twist of this entire gen.
Yes.
Indie gen.
Yes. Literally, it's unreal how bad that twist is. Like, for people who don't know, that game, which is a mobile game, gets fully developed, deployed, and everything. And what people who worked on it didn't even realize is there is a pre-roll intro video to get you into the plot of the game in which they say, yeah, so the secretive government agency that's causing all these protests and riots and stuff, you know, the Black Lives Matter stuff, because this came out like 2 months after that was really fever pitch. Yeah, that's actually a government agency behind all of that. Those people,
not a government agency, Dan. An evil terrorist organization that wants to overthrow the world.
Sorry, and it comes to up all the time.
Yeah, it's called like Umbra.
It's called Umbra.
And it has the same logo.
They literally say, the protesters say they want health care and equal rights. They don't know they're working for Umbra, the villains.
Yeah.
They have the same logo.
We can't win this fight by playing by the rules. Go hire these criminals to shoot them in the face.
It's unreal.
It has the exact same logo as that movement, and Ubisoft's response was, yeah, we'll change the logo.
Yeah, so that's going to get my first nomination because Jesus H. Christ, I couldn't even make a joke that bold. And then Joel isn't alive because, you know, 1, fucking called it. 2, I know that Druckmann, to some extent, has a huge appreciation for Metal Gear Solid 2. He then later does an interview saying exactly that. And he clearly doesn't understand the whole point of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Let me quote it again.
Sure.
Because I will never fucking forget it. This is from, for context, the Kind of Funny spoiler cast where they brought in Neil Druckmann for this.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that when making this, one of the most influential and one of his favorite games is Metal Gear Solid 2. But he's like, there's the part where you play as one of them and then you play as the other one. And then he's like, I would have liked it if you play as one character and then the other, but then you go back to the other one at the end. He's like, I feel like they should have done that Metal Gear Solid 2, so I decided to do it for my game.
Yeah, that's insane. The Joel thing seemed so forced and weird, even in the context of that original trailer, that it was highly suspect. And the way it affects the story isn't impactful. The Raiden reveal is impactful in the game, right? The fact you're not Solid Snake the whole time shocks the shit out of you when it happens. When Joel gets murdered well before that point in the game, you see him get murdered and you just go, okay.
Yeah, there's no possibility.
It's like
Kojima didn't have to cheat. Unless he did, and I don't remember him cheating.
Yeah, he cheated. That was the whole thing. They cheated like Kojima, but it wasn't impactful. Because the whole thing...
It's 20 years ago, so I don't remember that well.
Plus, that was early like coverage. Like the videos didn't get out as much.
Yeah.
But the whole thing
Most
for
people have good internet.
For people who don't know, the whole thing with Metal Gear Solid 2 is that you play the 80% of the game as Raiden. But all of the pre-release coverage and all of the allowed coverage for reviews don't acknowledge Raiden because you're supposed to believe you play as Snake because Snake is the protagonist of the Metal Gear series and Raiden as a character is supposed to be on multiple levels a commentary about crafting someone into being Solid Snake and all sorts of completely lacking agency as a person in a larger plot. It's important to the plot, right? Raiden is. And the reveal of Raiden is an important shock for people playing the game. Obviously, by the time you hit the point where they lied, you knew Joel was dead. You watched him die hours earlier. And when you saw Joel die, you knew it was about that because every time on the marketing cycle for this game, they fucking say, it's about the cycle of violence. It's about the cycle of violence. You knew something was going to happen to Joel. People called this way in advance. It's like, okay, Ellie's clearly mad because something must have happened to her girlfriend or Joel. And I'm like, well, they want the player to care, the player who cares about The Last of Us 1, so it's Joel, right? It's obviously Joel. Then after like a year of that, because this game took way too long to come out, they make this trailer to cover that up. They're like, no, Joel isn't dead. They're like, look, he's in this trailer in this scene. We got you. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Fuck you. So
I like when that game was just first revealed and I knew nothing about The Last of Us because I hadn't played it. And the 4 people I followed all said, I don't know, I think Joel's a ghost.
That was a lot of people I knew also who did play the game.
And it's like, it turns out they were right.
Yeah, insane people can be right. Because that trailer doesn't really imply he's a ghost. He walks into a fucking room and has a conversation. There's nothing ghostly about him.
They didn't think he was literally a ghost. They thought Ellie was hallucinating he was still with her as a coping mechanism.
You're giving them too much credit because I've met people who said that he was ghosted
the people I know.
Yeah, the people I know.
You find me somebody way closer to when that trailer came out explaining that in a way that doesn't make them sound insane. I'll give you a cookie.
Okay, I'll try to find it later.
So, Bob, what are you nominating?
Well, I know it's the doomed pick, but of course, Time Ghost. That's the worst thing. And then I have to, like, morally, you have to nominate Elite Squad. It's so bad.
Ethically speaking, correct.
Yeah, the audience will raise a fucking eyebrow if someone doesn't vote for that.
I mean, Ubisoft being racist could be a thing that you just are so pre-clued into.
Next.
Not
right?
a plot twist at all. It's just,
you could just be like, yeah, I've heard terrible stories about Ubisoft, so doesn't surprise me. Anyways, Phil, what are you voting for?
Tom Clancy's Elite Squadron.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Joel, not explicitly the Joel isn't alive point, but just fuck that game. That part is bad, but there's so much that's bad.
Yeah, there's a lot. Lowest scoring game on our spoiler cast. Worth noting, we haven't played any Microsoft first-party games that came out this year for a spoiler cast.
KZ, play Battletoads so soon so we can do a 10-minute spoiler cast of that.
KZ, what are your nominations?
Let's see. It's real tough. I'm gonna have to go Elite Squadron.
Okay.
And honestly, looking through these, I don't want to be mean to Microsoft. However, that might be the worst twist that isn't like a game. So I'm gonna pick. It's the worst one that isn't the Tom Clancy's thing for me, because when you wait so long for them to announce some stuff, and they're announcing a bunch of games, and you're like, all right, good. Pre-production. We don't know what this game is. We announced it 8 months ago. We don't know what genre it is. We don't know what we're going to do with it. And then a month later, key people from it left.
Yeah. I remember, if people go back and listen to Big Think, KZ was very positive when I said, we saw the Microsoft show over the summer, and it was a bunch of CG trailers. And you can see my reaction live. You can listen to the Big Think that came out after that. I was very pessimistic about it because it was a CG trailer that doesn't show any level of progress or commitment or being near completion of a project. But KZ was trying to be positive. KZ was like, that's fair. So many game companies have done things similar to this before. And then I think it's maybe the next week, within weeks, they do those listings. And KZ felt sucker punched, betrayed.
I wasn't a fan of it because you were going and you're like, it doesn't count as CG trailers. And I was like, all right, because I was like, we beat up on Microsoft all the time. And I'm like, I feel like you're reaching at this point because I didn't get the logic of it. I'm like, everyone does CG trailers.
Yeah, but Microsoft does.
I can't suddenly hate one company just because we're supposed to hate them.
No, it really was just the context of Microsoft. We've been waiting an entire gen for them to get their first party to a better place. They had to buy a lot of studios, and you would hope that these projects like Fable, Perfect Dark, etc., are further along.
This is worse than you could imagine. Nope. This is worse than you could have imagined, even if you were fucking pessimistic about them. It's like, oh, they showed some CG trailers. You're like, I bet half of these aren't fucking in a good space. None of them were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, none of them. That's worse than even like.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Like if Nintendo had a track record like this, we'd be railing on them too. But they don't. They consistently ship multiple games a year.
Microsoft has a track record like nobody else in the industry at this point.
Like even Square does that mistake if they announce something way too early, and literally literally within the same day say they fucked up. Like when the Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced, and Nomura said in an interview 4 hours later, "Yeah, we announced this way too early," and I'm like, it's the same day.
He didn't get to make that decision.
And then he's gone on recently and said, yeah, we just do it early because I don't want it leaking. And I'm like, okay, that seems reasonable. You make games, so I guess I could be okay with it.
Right, and that's the thing. Like when you see the output of these companies where they deliver the games they announce, and then the games feel fully polished and ready, Yeah,
because that's usually where I come from, where I go, okay, that's a CG trailer, sure. More often than not, a game will come out of it. But,
right.
Sometimes my brain lapses and forgets. And one, I like to think people improve, so it's not just the Phantom Dust remake again.
Mm-hmm.
And also just like,
yeah,
they got to make a game. I mean, they haven't been making games this whole gen. This is when they're going to start making games.
Yeah, I that E3 with the Phantom Dust remake really is the moment that I lost all confidence in Microsoft, and they have done nothing to really rebuild that with me since. And that, like, I say that as someone who's not like, let's beat up Microsoft. I say that as someone who's legitimately disappointed because I own a One X. I bought a Series X at launch. Admittedly, I have much larger problems than fucking whether or not they make games. I can't play any games, including third party, but that's not the point.
Yeah,
the point is.
But yeah, I struggle to think of anything more hilariously dumb than let's make a CG trailer to announce a game we already canceled.
Yeah, that's unreal. No one else would do that.
Yeah, that's rough.
Okay, so tabulating this, looking at these numbers and things, it looks like our top 2 is already decided. Obviously, this is up for debate if anyone really wants to swing hard. I don't think they do. Elite Squadron being about taking down Black Lives Matters.
Yeah.
All right. It's time for us to tabulate our votes here. Who's gonna win between these two? Oh wait. Oh, I blacked out. Not pun not intended. It won.
Who'd have thought? Second place goes to Joel Isn't Alive. Now there is a 2-way tie between Time Ghosts and Microsoft Twist for third place. Okay. 1 vote each, obviously.
Right.
Of course.
We'll start with Bob.
Time Ghosts.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know.
KZ.
Look, the Microsoft twist isn't even that much of a twist. We already knew they were bad. They were just confirming it.
No, there was a twist to me.
Time Ghost isn't really much of a twist. You saw it coming in Gamer Premonition.
Yeah, a year and a half before the game came out based on 2 seconds of footage.
Yeah, no.
It's like the Joel thing. I could still vote for it being a bad plot twist.
Right.
So KZ voted for the Microsoft twist.
Yes, I did.
Feel?
Microsoft, because the number of times it's like, here's our game, next day, we're hiring for all positions. We don't know what this game is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
If it was 2 games, sure. It was like 6.
Yeah, it's literally their whole lineup. Like, we don't know of any game confirmed to ship next year in 2021, so this year when this goes up, other than Halo Infinite. And we voted that as likely to slip. So, holy shit.
Forza might. Did they say Forza was
They didn't.
that year?
They haven't
Forza-
said shit on Forza.
Forza
God,
doesn't
that's
have
so
a year.
bad.
Forza doesn't have a name. It's just Forza. Like, they're seemingly relaunching it as a games as a service, which is concerning in its own way. Obviously, I don't like Gran Turismo Sport. The last thing I want is for Forza to go
Did
that
we see
direction.
more? Did we see more get more of a grasp on Fable than Forza?
No, because
No.
Forza at least was running in real time. Fable's a cheeky, here's a funny thing to have a CG trailer for. It didn't even seem particularly...
Hiring for all positions, it might be an MMO.
Yeah, I genuinely forgot what Forza even looked like.
It looks like every other Forza, but...
Yeah, I'm just so used to when they show Forza, they show it for 25 minutes.
That's true. And honestly, normally when they show Forza, it's absolutely mind-blowing visually, and that
Yes.
was not that.
I remember when they're like showing the different weather and like season types, I think in one of the Horizons.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time they even had to just say in engine.
Yeah,
They
no,
aren't
seemed
even going to
weird.
say it's running on the console.
yeah.
Forza's known as their critically acclaimed thing that's fairly consistent and is like pushing visuals and doing well. So it coming out like half-cocked just felt strange. It's
Ye-
like they rolled a natural 1 on everything and it was just a critical failure everywhere.
Yeah, it really feels like that. How much of that is from the SDK not being finished for this console? You know, is an interesting thing to think about because they could at least run something in real time on the console if not for that. So when it comes to the Microsoft twist, you know, I'm disappointed. I want them to do better. I really do. Like, if you go back to 2019, it's mostly full of me saying, okay, Microsoft's going to come out and kick the shit out of Sony, so we better not get arrogant Sony or they're going to fuck up and lose their lead. They need to try hard. Microsoft fucked up. Sony tried an okay amount.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they tried hard, but they did try.
I think they went ham on some really great stuff, like the SSD's insanely fast and the controller's amazing. But the OS isn't done, right? It still has some glaring flaws. They're clearly trying to be shitty by making it so you can only back up saves to the cloud instead of USB backup, so that way they get some PlayStation Plus money out of you. Like, Sony's clearly... and there's no back compat initiative. So, like, Sony's not trying hard enough, and Microsoft is kind of just flapping around on land like a fish. Like, it feels bad, but I can't say... go ahead.
You had so many conversations with us off podcasts or promoting Xbox events going, I'm optimistic about this.
Yeah.
I want to see the best thing that they can do. We're starting this big gaming announcements and stuff. And you came out of it and I'm like, it's like they just shot you to death. And then you get the bonus.
Yeah.
Of also, it's so much worse than you could have thought.
Yeah, it was really disappointing. I expected any stealth games that were ready to go in the next 6 months from right now, you know? Anything. But no, apparently not. I think the funnier part in dealing with that was when Halo Infinite clearly looks terrible. I'm devastated. I'm just ruined by this because it looks worse than 5.
But then both of you just start cackling when you go up the elevator.
Yeah, no, that's when we lost it because it was supposed to be, one, it's a loading elevator on what should be your premier next-gen game. 2...
And the hexagon rocks?
Yes, the hexagon rocks having pop-in. Like, these 2 different layers of this already doesn't look impressive and you're doing this.
Yeah, that
really just floored me.
It was literally like, okay, I'm already sad, but now it's funny. It's so bad it's funny.
Yeah. And that's, you know, where part of the appreciation for Craig comes from. How did Craig not end up in Best Companion? Well, you know, there's 2021.
I may have to watch it again.
Well, he's going to be deleted from reality. Except they'll have one really lame reference to him.
God, you're so right. That sucks.
Yeah.
I hate that you're right.
You're gonna like go behind something in a fucking Covenant ship or whatever, and it'll be like Employee of the Month, Craig.
Yep. God, that's awful.
I may need to watch your reaction again.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I remember it is they hit start on the demo.
Mm-hmm.
It immediately cuts to them in the ship with Plot Man.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Pelican Pilot.
And I feel like 2 seconds into that, you just yelled, "It looks so bad."
Yeah.
Because you felt the downgrade in how that dude looks now.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like, even that, something that we already saw a trailer that looked stunning with, looked so much worse now.
His, like, facial hair looked really, really bad.
Yeah, it was weird. It was truly bizarre. But anyway, as for my vote, I'm going to have to give it to Time Ghost. Like, I'm going to have to, as I said multiple times. Like, I really enjoy a lot of aspects of Final Fantasy VII Remake. That thing's literally the thorn in my brain. And I didn't expect it to continue to play out the way it did, culminating in the ending of that game. I genuinely think it's the worst plot twist. We can just tie this, though, for both of these for third, because I don't think anyone's going to budge.
Yeah.
Because you both like the Time Ghosts. We both hate them.
Yeah. I mean, you colluded in the last thing to avoid voting for Time Ghost, so yes.
That wasn't what happened at all. You chose deceptively to continue to dislike a thing.
You chose a non thing just to avoid it.
So, the list for worst plot twist is Elite Squadron. God. Tom Clancy's Elite Squadron secretly being about crushing Black Lives Matters because they're terrorists. Don't you know? Joel isn't alive. The Microsoft secretly has no games tied with Time Ghost for third. You know, it's a good thing we mix up the good and bad, because I don't think I could take another negative category after that one. That sucked.
That was really bad.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to get... How can you go any more negative than racism wins?
Yeah, I know, right? Good luck.
It's so...
Good luck on topping that.
We can do worst game, which has the one game I would rate lower than Tom Clancy's Elite Squadron.
One moment. Let me look at that.
Damn it, it's just gonna fucking be Battletoads.
We're not gonna do that.
We need a break. We need a break.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to our next category. Biggest nightmare only dipshit cowards wouldn't play.
Oh no!
The nomination are Bugsnax. I'm gonna go ahead and say we each get one vote. I vote for Bugsnax. Bob?
I guess it's Bugsnax. I got to play that once. It's fine.
It's fine. I just know. Feel?
Bugsnax, of course.
Okay, and KZ.
I don't know if I'm gonna abstain from voting. I haven't played Bugsnax.
Oh, okay. But you're very interested in the body horror. You know, we maybe should have added Bugsnax to best plot twist, but I feel like
everybody saw that coming.
Yeah, but how hard it goes is maybe unexpected.
It does go pretty crazy.
It goes pretty hard with it, honestly. I didn't see that coming. I saw it mostly coming, but Jesus Christ. Okay. Now we're moving on to yet another category.
Hell yeah.
I think this is fine. I consider this a neutral category. I don't think this is too negative. And it's a conversation I'm very interested in having right now. Games that shipped too soon.
Oh.
So, game that most severely suffered from shipping too soon in 2020. The candidates are Spider-Man Miles Morales, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Marvel's Avengers and Cyberpunk 2077. Now, real quick before we start voting, I figure it's important that we explain this to people because people might be like, why is Miles Morales on this list? Why is Valhalla on this list? So I'll briefly cover. My game crashed like 13 goddamn times playing that game. I got stuck in the same suit for my entire playthrough. It was a whole goddamn nightmare. It really was super disappointing and ruined the exploration of seeing new outfits. Every point I took from it was basically how thoroughly it ruined an aspect of the game through glitches exclusively. That game easily would have gotten a 9 from me if not for that. I can't believe they fucked me, Miles.
We also got reports in from Dr. Aggro having horrible issues where the PS5 version just wouldn't work. He could only play the PS4 version.
Literally wouldn't boot. He could only play the PS4 version. Other people had similar stories as that. But yeah, that's why Miles Morales is on this list. KZ...
When I unlocked map markers in Miles Morales, they glitched and were small, so they were little baby dots that were glowing.
I had the same glitch as our Spider-Man playthrough where the entire map was pink and nothing else, just the color pink. It's like, hey, you can do all these, and I'm like, all I'm seeing is bubblegum pink game. Can you show me a map and some markers on it?
Do it.
No.
So KZ, explain to our audience, why is Assassin's Creed Valhalla on this list?
Well, a variety of reasons. One, it crashed about 16 or 17 times, something in that area for me. These are hard crashes. The difference between a bunch of crashes for Dan and me is simple. That was a PS5 game that boots in a collective 6 seconds to get back into the map. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a full crash, getting it to fill its meter, booting the game, loading back in is 5 minutes.
Yeah, that makes that so much worse.
And I'm not sure if that time also wraps in getting back to where you were, because sometimes the objective throws you back a little bit. Their autosaves aren't the strongest.
Right.
That I couldn't finish the game at all because it just glitched and threw me into the next zone with none of the progression markers or like things there that would push to a new scene. So I've never seen the end of that game. And
you never will.
There was like there's apparently 20 minutes left, and I spent like 60 hours on it. Also, it definitely came out too soon because strangely, it was like a month afterward that they made it so you can buy EXP boosters with real money. So I feel like that was supposed to be in at launch, and it came in a little late.
I don't know. That seems engineered.
I don't.
That way, the reviews might not have to cover that.
Yeah.
Who nominated Marvel's Avengers?
I think I threw it in there just because it was known is the problem of like, oh man, launch was no content. People are really upset.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about a game that shipped too soon as not glitchy, but it's a skeleton that dances for you that falls into a pile.
Wait, how did we miss like the thing that should obviously be on this list? Godfall.
I don't feel like they'll ever be ready to launch.
Oh, there we go.
And Crucible, the game that was so unfinished, it was unreleased.
Okay, Crucible's getting added. You know what? I'm gonna take Godfall off and add Crucible there. Crucible's in.
Godfall also deserves to be here, Dan.
Fine, I'll put it on the list. Crucible definitely deserves to be here.
And I think Avengers kind of betrays that because it's like, what's the next 2 DLCs? 2 Hawkeyes, so it's like, well, clearly the game was never going to be ready.
That's the most insane thing. It's like, Hawkeye. Girl Hawkeye.
You need to understand the roadmap seemingly is Hawkeye, PlayStation exclusive Spider-Man.
It's like their development roadmap is the infinite stairway from Mario 64, where as they keep running towards launch, it keeps extending.
See,
they're never going to get it done in time.
I was thinking of part 3 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes.
Where they keep getting moved further back down the staircase.
Yes.
It was in our most disappointing games. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It's just missing key scenes from that show.
Again, it'll never
more
be
time.
there.
Yeah, more time wouldn't have added those scenes.
I know, but it still deserves to be here for his bad behavior.
It did apparently launch without you being able to replay missions, according to Phil.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay. Cyberpunk. Does anyone want to say anything?
I think we all just
Fucking
ran.
look outside.
Yeah, right?
Should we be like Cyberpunk 2077 is just wins, and now we have to find out the next people who win.
I'm okay with that because honestly, that game is on fire.
Yeah, I feel like the rest of these hook closer to home, but
Like we could pick something else as a winner, but we'd be wrong.
Let me propose this.
Mhm.
We do top 3. I want this to be a top 4 because it's not fair that Cyberpunk just gets to punch through the whole thing.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna.
Cyberpunk
number 1,
starts at number 1.
Power gap the rest.
That's how I feel, Bob. You agree?
yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, there we go. Cyberpunk 1. Good job, everyone. So now then,
We did it. Everything's on fire.
we're gonna vote for our top 3 that aren't Cyberpunk. You know what? We should just rename this category. One moment. Games that shipped too soon and aren't named Cyberpunk. There we go.
Yeah, nice.
Cyberpunk 2077. There, done. Now we're doing a top 3. This category has been renamed officially to games that ship too soon and aren't named Cyberpunk 2077. I'm glad we could just slightly tweak this category and make it a lot more competitive. Jesus Christ. Okay, so Crucible, I guess we need to talk about that. At the same time that competitors were shipping things like Valorant, which took off really well in the Counter-Strike market, the Crucible gets shipped by Amazon Games.
That's all you need to say. It's shipped from Amazon Games.
Yeah, you very definitively have just like made the point there. But this game is incredibly glitchy. It has animation problems. We had problems getting in a match together. It skipped the entire tutorial for KZ, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it crashed as the tutorial was booting up. I loaded it again. There was no tutorial.
You beat it.
So I had to play the fucking Hive game mode not knowing what I was doing.
This game was made on the Rainforest engine from Amazon, which is that spin-off, or Lumberyard, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Sorry, their name's
That's really
Amazon, and they named it Lumberyard, and all I can think of is rainforests.
I mean, it is kind of dark of this, like, hey,
When you think about it.
Lumberyard, we're cutting down the Amazon. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know what they were naming it, but yeah, for people who don't know, that's a fork of the CryEngine. The CryEngine has never been functional in a massive online capacity in any shipping manner. So they had to keep strapping in new features to get this to work. They failed. It has a ton of issues. And even at a functionality level, the problem there is valuable enough to look at. But this thing's game design is so beyond fucked.
Don't forget that they launched it with 2 game modes and had to cut one out. The one that was the original intent of the game.
Yeah, the original intended idea for the game is the one they cut. But, you know, this isn't hottest best. This is shipped too soon. And that's a relevant thing to think about of if they had spent more time on Crucible, would that have improved it?
Give it another 5 years. Crucible could be great.
And here's the thing. You give it a year and a half, maybe you can ship it and the multiplayer works and all these other things work. How much better is that? What's that worth? We move on to Godfall, nominated by Feel.
It has 4 levels. You called Marvel's Avengers a dancing skeleton. Godfall's a skeleton that sits there. And sometimes it waggles its arm.
Godfall is a dancing pelvis.
Yeah, I was going to
Yes.
say, when you started making the skeleton analogy, I was like, Godfall's a dancing femur bone. Like, it just pops
Or
around.
it's just the skull going Ikumbok.
Now, that's too full of joy. But yeah, Godfall...
You go to one bone and you talk to it, then you talk to the other bone, and then you do it again, and then you go and do a mission.
And the missions, you running through what is basically the size of a high school, where you have to keep turning down different hallways, because you can't just run directly to the point. You have to go down the hallways that every area in the game's made from. And then once you get to the broom closet that has the boss, you just instantly eviscerate it.
Then you'll you'll reach the final level, which is a level you've been doing since the first level,
because it's an elevator.
The final level, an elevator. Great.
Halo 2's fine. I don't know what you're getting mad at.
Oh, I thought I was gonna say Halo Infinite sneak peek.
Halo 2, honestly, its elevator's so much better.
It is a nice elevator by comparison.
There's a sense of tension there, but since I had been using that thing to do waves of just defeating enemies to grind experience, it was like, this is just this again. It doesn't even feel real. It doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. What a disappointment, Godfall. Kakarot has been nominated by KZ. KZ?
I was very excited for this game because I like when you get a big budget or a decently budgeted anime license title that's going to take you through the whole story of a game or the story of an anime. It's like, I want to see these key moments. I remember in the early 2000s getting excited for the first Budokai game, because it actually goes to the first few arcs in really, really bad anime cutscenes that they made that were based on the show that they never did again. And then they come to this. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I think of all the moments that I want to see, and I think over 5 of them just aren't in the game at all.
Yeah.
What are your 5 scenes, KZ? I'll tell you.
Let's see. There's the Kamehameha against Cell.
Gone.
The Final Flash.
Gone.
How about the Hell Zone grenade against Android 17?
I don't think so. No.
Do they?
Fuck it.
Do they literally have the juxtaposition of the bird in front of Gohan's face as he goes Super Saiyan 2?
I don't remember. Hellzone Grenade is not in there, by the way. Not at all.
Do they have Trunks cutting Frieza in half?
It's so bad. I don't remember.
Okay. Well,
I'll look. I'll check.
That's real disappointing. But
fact checking will ruin that. The whole point is that I came into it expecting great moments to get their proper due, because the thing that CyberConnect 2 does really well is that they will try to preserve as many of those big moments as possible, but then extend them. Like, I played their Naruto Ninja Storm things, and like toward the end, they'll have climactic fights from the anime, but they add 4 more set pieces on top of it that are ridiculous and elevate that.
They should have just had this be the game about Frieza and then fully expanded out instead of this mess it is all of it.
Yeah. It was like our worry at the time was like, they're only showing early stuff. They haven't shown Boo at all. Are they really going to do that? And as it turns out, that would have been better, because it would have allowed them to focus in more.
No, there's no bird in the Super Saiyan 2 transformation, and the Trunks thing is in, but super fucking flaccid.
God damn it.
Do they even have the part where King Cold takes the sword?
No. Trunks just teleports down to him and instantly eviscerates him. It doesn't even look cool. He shoots like a medium-sized beam that isn't even big enough to like obscure King Cold, and they just despawn King Cold.
So okay,
audience, if we got a cool Dragon Ball Z game that did all the plot stuff and showed all the cool set pieces, it would hit my top list. But they did not. They fucked me. They fucked me, but I didn't buy it, so they didn't fuck me that hard. They fucked Feel.
Yeah, they fucked me, but I got $45 back from GameStop. I got fucked on Fairy Tail, which I bought digitally.
Oh,
I
also did.
From when Kakarot was first announced, I literally was the largest proponent of it. Hearing CyberConnect
it's not
was
a fighting game.
Yeah, hearing CyberConnect make like an open world sort of style Dragon Ball Z game sounded incredibly exciting, and then they announced it and it still was incredibly exciting, and then they showed off some stuff and it seemed pretty exciting, and then you hear the things came out, and honestly my number one emotion was, of course Yeah. Why did I try? Like, it almost felt like the Sonic fan syndrome, right? Where I was happy. It seemed like we were turning it around. We were getting a great Dragon Ball Z game. This is what everyone wanted. And then they shipped it and it was like, oh, come on. Of course. What was I thinking?
Even with their like limited scope and like a Naruto game where it's a 3D arena fighter, but it has this full story mode. Even at the end where they're like, here's anime pictures for like the plot cutscenes. I prefer that over T-posing models.
Weird.
Because the presentation ends up being okay. And then instead of just standard fights, those games had real boss fights in them where you get on giant kaijus and just start running across a field that's like exploding. I'm like,
Kakarot has like 2 bosses that actually feel interesting in any sort of way, and the rest are just playing Xenoverse.
They tricked you into thinking it's an actual RPG, but it's still like a fucking 3D arena thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to start voting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would have really liked to see CyberConnect 2's Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay. I actually am fascinated as to how that would have gone, but oh well. I'm not too burnt over it not happening. So, games that ship too soon and aren't named Cyberpunk 2077, to cover it again for people who forgot because our intro went a bit long: Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Crucible, Godfall, Kakarot, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Marvel's Avengers, and Miles Morales. I'm going to say we get 2 votes each. I'm going to give it to Miles Morales. You crashed on me, Miles. From here... So I'm going to give it to Valhalla. And here's why. Okay. Hearing what KZ went through, and that was still a problem when it launched, because KZ got preview copy. Hearing that was still a problem when it launched, and experiencing the game on the Xbox, which apparently similar to PC has major problems playing back cutscenes smoothly. According to Digital Foundry, the camera moves at 30 at frame juddered motion interpolation, so the whole thing looks 30 frames per second, but it's actually 60, and it's just playing the animations wrong. It looked so bad. Seeing the PlayStation 4 and PS5 don't have that issue really fucked me up. I assumed it was that bad on all systems. Just seeing that, hearing all the problems people were having with it at launch, and knowing that I shouldn't trust this game with my time because in the last fourth of the game or whatever, it could just lock up completely. That destroyed any anticipation I had for it. And then on top of that, it used this foolish feature called Smart Delivery, so I literally could not download it. So I'm going to have to give it to those 2. We now move to Bob.
Sure.
Bob.
I have to nominate Crucible. I lived that. I used a memorial.
Okay.
I did as well. I only did it once. You kept trying to goad me into playing it again.
Well, yeah, because now you can't.
And yeah, I wouldn't have to unrelease the game. That's always bad.
That's unreal, yeah.
And yeah, I'll go with Valhalla. I feel like that one hit really close to home for this whole podcast. Just hearing KZ describe it as it tore his heart out was pretty bad.
Most of our launch day stream is us trying to download enough to get it bootable.
Yeah, that too.
I'm gonna be honest. I almost cried.
Yeah, that's fair. I would never forgive a company that has a history of not shipping finished games that did that to me personally. I would never get over that.
Immortals was okay.
Yeah, Immortals is fine. Immortals is probably our most liked Ubisoft game. It's okay.
It seemed finished.
Yeah. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
Weird.
It was indeed finished. I almost tricked myself into trying to plat it.
Okay, we're going to go to Feel next.
Crucible and Valhalla.
Okay.
Now, I didn't really expect Valhalla to just become so united with you guys.
Oh, you
didn't? Because I was going to do my pitch for Avengers.
Feel free to do your pitch for Avengers.
Oh, you need to understand. I was the most excited for this ever since they announced it. I'm like, oh man, Square Enix got the license for an Avengers game. That's going to be great. They announced this when the ink on the deal had dried, and they're like, we're going to show you. They did a teaser that was just like, oh man, it's like their weapons and they're broken. Reassemble. More information next year. They did this with a trailer that they just uploaded in fall of I think it might have been 2017. It's like, okay, I'm waiting to see this. They did not show that until June of the year after the one they promised. And when they finally showed it, they didn't really show gameplay at all and didn't say what it was. But like leaks had been out forever and job postings that just said it's just Destiny with superheroes in it.
Yeah.
And then it was, people said it looked rough over and over and over again. Then it got delayed multiple times. It's like it still might be coming in hot. I played it and I went, this is fine, except for the part where the camera spins erratically for some reason. I don't know why it does it sometimes for me. So the frame rate on PS4 Pro was bad anytime there was multiple enemies on screen and destruction effects. Some stuff in solo just feels like it isn't working properly. There's not enough content like every Destiny like that ever comes out. Including Destiny 2 now. They got rid of content so they could be like they always are. There's not enough stuff in it.
I lost it because in my brain I was like, Marvel Avengers 2 is so bad. It's like Destiny 2 is now.
All of that. And then, that came out at the beginning of September. At the end of November, reports came out saying that, yes, Marvel's Avengers, after 2 months of being on sale, has lost Square $108 million. No one's playing this game.
It's almost like people who record content probably said multiple times on content, this seems like a fucking big bet and a terrible mistake.
I think it was like 2 weeks in, the Steam thing said, yeah, they've lost 95% of their player base.
Yeah.
I really thought that Brand would just let them smash through, but I also think, and there's never going to be any evidence to corroborate this.
Right.
I think Sony Spider-Man fucked them.
I think
now it's
honestly,
like, why can't we have a game like that with all these characters? Why is it Destiny? And then people quit playing it.
I mean, I think it's a content problem. I think they didn't have the content. I think it's not as engaging as people were hoping, like the combat to be for each character. Like, I feel like to some extent people expected something maybe closer to an Ultimate Alliance where it's not as damage spongy on the enemies. So you're going through areas faster and that there would be more content for you to go through.
It feels like Square specifically mandated that they make it a Destiny like when they were making a beat 'em up, because the gameplay for that as a brawler feels good. Like some characters have insane options they can do. But when you have to graft that onto a Destiny like where things have the levels to them and damage sponginess and gear, it ruins.
They absolutely must have been told to make a Destiny later on, because I can't think of any other explanation for your gear is nano machines that you can't see.
Yeah.
I think that Destiny likes like that whole genre just doesn't appeal to the mainstream, and I have no idea why they keep chasing it.
I mean, that's the thing. We've spent most of this gen being like, it's confusing seeing all these giant companies to go replicate Destiny when Destiny didn't even do that well to begin with.
Yeah, don't we have like no actual information on how well Destiny did?
Yeah.
It's like they did it great. We will never tell you how great in any context you can understand, but we did great.
It's like this idea that this game will live forever because it's a Destiny-like game where it's just
and it'll just
that and
keep making money. Sure.
Yeah, it'll keep making money. That's why they announced like 7 different comic book lines for it.
Oh,
like a book, all of it like prequel stuff before the events of the game, and like Funko Pops and all kinds of stuff. Like I was watching a video breaking down some of the stuff with it. But it's really unfortunate because you'll play like the beginning of that game and like it's really charming and like the character stuff and the actual like adventuring and stuff, the set piece stuff. Because of course it's Destiny missions with a real campaign that you also play that feels like a normal AAA game. And I'm like, that's good. But also this came out way too early because if you turn on the closed captions, the dialogue in the closed captions is completely different because they rewrote parts of the game.
Yeah, that's nuts. Oh,
And
you haven't
the
seen that?
original,
It's funny.
and the original script is written in the closed captions.
Amazing.
It's funny as hell. Yeah, no, it's easy to see that game came out early. That they should have easily had way more time to put more content and more polish in that. The number one reason I didn't vote for it is it seemed doomed from the get. It seemed like Square did it because they didn't know how to make the Western studios profitable, so they stuck them with a massive project where their tech would have hopefully helped them, accomplish such an ambitious goal and one of the largest IPs in the world. And to me, it didn't seem like these companies don't make games like this, So it seemed like a really weird match. And then every time we saw it, it seemed like, man, what a bizarre creature. I was hopeful. Like, I was hoping it would come out better than I thought, but it came out worse than I thought.
It's okay. It's okay. The first Hawkeye is out.
We're almost out of the Hawkeye arc.
It really stung a lot of people too, because it's like, no, you're not getting the second half of that Deus Ex game that we shipped early with half of its content. We're gonna make this for the next 4 years, and now we're probably going to shut those studios down.
Yeah, I'm worried about that for sure. What's your second nomination, KZ?
I guess I'll do Valhalla, given that it hurt me.
I would hope you would choose Valhalla, given how upset you were.
Oh, it's so bad I try to block it out.
Yeah, he's
like some sort of man-eater.
Some kind of Suicide Squad.
We were playing the Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer, and I'm like, we're some sort of samurai squad.
That's cool. We're Ronin warriors.
So we have a two-way tie between third place, but I'll allow people to push for something else to enter third place if it makes sense. I don't think that's the case. I think it's pretty clear it's got to be Miles Morales or Marvel's Avengers, but I'll hear out arguments if somebody's like, no, it's not those, it's clearly this other thing. I don't think you're going to get that past me or Casey.
No, I think those are fine.
Yeah.
So do we want to do a vote to see if one clearly takes the lead?
Sure.
Okay. Let me type these in. Okay, one vote each, obviously, between the three-way tie of Marvel's Avengers and Miles Morales. KZ?
Avengers, because any player can experience the problems of Avengers coming out too early.
Here's the problem with that. With Miles, not every player can. Apparently, ask Aggro all about it. Bob, vote. I voted for Miles, obviously.
Avengers.
Okay, and Feel?
Avengers.
Okay, so there you go. Avengers takes third, and Miles Morales is runner-up.
The fact that people have a chance of having a perfectly fine experience with Miles, unfortunately, knocks it out.
Yeah, but you think if they finished it up, everyone could have had an amazing experience with it. Meanwhile, Avengers never would have been.
Look, Dan, another 3 years and have been ready. They would have been
Another 3 years, you would have gotten two Hawkeyes. I don't know, a bitch who can throw rocks, a Spider-Man on PlayStation, and
somehow a Black Panther that upsets people.
Three more years, they would have made the main character Bishop.
They would have given Xbox an exclusive character. It would have been someone from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
In the Hawkeye.
It's amazing because we're talking about Marvel stuff, and I'm like, yeah, Nightcrawler. Man, I need to stop listing X-Men.
Beast shows up.
Man, that's the real reason Miles Morales shipped early. They forgot to do that great scene. Okay, so once again, our ship too soon is Valhalla, Crucible, Marvel's Avengers, and runner-up Miles Morales.
And again, it's shipped too soon and is also not named Cyberpunk 2070.
That's true. The full title of the category is that, because come on, guys. We need any level of competition. We're not the U.S. government. Isn't this a monopoly? Who cares? Okay, guys. No, never mind. I'm going to open the next part with that.
It's going to be a good one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a good
Oh,
one.
that's cruel.
Let's save that for the next part. You know what? Maybe it's 2 in a row of kind of negative, but I think this is a fun conversation to have. I'm probably wrong, but here we go. God, what a nightmare these candidates are. Worst advertising in 2020.
Oh, shit.
The candidates are,
no.
and I'm going to read them all without contextualizing any of them.
Okay.
No boost mode. The most powerful console ever made. The most consistently... This is the same thing. This is the same thing. The most consistently powerful console. I'm gonna just put in
No,
parentheses.
that's not fair. They both need to be there.
They
'cause
did both.
Oh my God. Okay.
They
Because they
both.
started with one and went to the other. And it was
Okay.
really just embarrassing.
Okay, fine. They're both up there. Microsoft's Yakuza 7 song, fuck, I already forgot about that. Smart delivery, Jesus, fuck this category. Fuser's nonstop ads during the summer of gaming. Hey, Phil, what is Fuser?
I don't fucking know.
Exactly. And that's why by the end of me explaining that one, I think it might win. And our final nominee, Omen Gaming PCs want you to drink genetically superior gamer cum. Who wrote this?
Me. Of course it was
Who
me.
else?
Okay.
I have a proposal.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to count the one? When we wrote these, this was before the Space Jam Xbox game contest. Do you want to
It
include
was.
that?
I want to see that work out in the next year, and maybe we can nominate it next year. I want to see how
Okay,
bad.
okay then.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
I propose the YouTube community post that Xbox did for intellectuals to buy a
Yes. Okay.
or a Series S.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm allowing that. I'm gonna go get the quote so I can read it to these people.
These have to be related to games, right?
Yes.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
that's the
can't
goal.
say the insane social media site they gave me an ad for 3 nights ago.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Can you at least talk about it?
No.
Okay, I'll just read it. I'll read it right now.
That's not real.
This is the promoted tweet by Belief Challenge. Make conversations great again.
Ugh.
Social media has become toxic. We're building a solution. It's called Belief Challenge. You don't just post your opinions, you must also write what might change your mind about your opinions. Think you're smart enough? You're invited to be an early user.
A completely unhinged human being wrote that. So I'm ready to read the YouTube community post from Xbox so that way people know what we're talking about in this.
Yeah, please.
YouTube community post from Xbox with a kaleidoscope image of controllers and Xbox Series S's kaleidoscoping. The text says, "You're in a modern art museum. Your date just went to the bathroom. Your palms are sweaty. Really want to make a good first impression, but nothing seems to be working. You showed the Mona Lisa and other works of high art and masterpiece classics, but nothing hit. You need something more, something that says, I'm here, I'm connected, I'm an intellectual, and strikes you with that dropping feeling in your stomach that lets you know you're alive. Suddenly, as they're coming back to meet you, and your anxiety tries to fool you into thinking they're unenthused, you see a spotlight shine down from the heavens, and this immersive canvas materializes on a monolithic wall in the distance. You turn to your date. They see it too. What is that? They ask, jaw dropped and mesmerized. You turn your head to them and smile, knowing this piece was sent just for you. Art, baby. It's art.
Thank you, Ernest Klein.
The payoff on that is it's a Series S, so it's the bad console.
I know. That's the extra layer of insane. So this is a strong category. There are a lot of good contenders. There are 8 things, but I'm going to give us 3 votes. I think people will be okay with that. For people who haven't heard the Yakuza 7 song, it's literally every song ever where the singer is just listing things off in a relatively monotone way. You know? Like, for example, It's the End of the World. You know, things like that. They just list a bunch of things in Yakuza 7, and it's kind of obnoxious. 3 votes. Man. I'm going to let someone else lead. Phil, explain this Omen Gaming thing real quick.
Now, it's a site that makes gaming PCs.
Yeah.
But they did this hideous ad during the Game Awards where the joke, I guess, is we believe gamers are the next evolution of human beings. But they play it so straight that it like gets lost because it isn't ridiculous enough. So it just opens with like your multicultural, diverse lineup of gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Being like, as a gamer, we're superior to other people, and then it goes on with like their tirade of gathering gamer sperm to produce the ultimate being.
I don't remember this, but okay.
Yeah, they turned into Parasite Eve.
It's really bad. See,
I don't remember this at all. When he said Game Awards, I'm like, no fucking way. I was with him.
I can't believe you guys don't remember this.
I was babysitting him that night.
Here,
I don't know how I missed it.
I'm gonna post it.
I swear to God,
I'm gonna post the commercial.
He stuck the whole goddamn lamp in his mouth, and I didn't even see it happen.
He drank all the gamer cum when I wasn't looking.
Jesus Christ.
I don't remember this at all. Holy shit, this is bad.
Yeah, you blocked it out.
Yeah, but usually when I block something out, it starts coming back. No.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
I just blacked out during this. We started talking about more interesting things. This is insane.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
really bad.
Yeah, it's literally just a bunch of dudes being like, I'm coming. And then a bunch of ladies being like, yeah,
I'm coming.
I'm giving him my eggs.
Whoa.
Ugh.
This is insane.
This is top tier insane, Feel. This is a good fucking nominee.
Yeah.
This aired during the Game Awards.
Yes, it did.
Yep. I think it was a truncated version. It might have only been 30 seconds instead of...
Transcend humanity as a gamer?
It came fast.
Okay. So, shit. Fuck.
That's a strong contender.
Holy Christ. I can't believe those first 3 things just had the volume turned down on them. Okay, we're gonna let Feel vote first.
Omen Gaming PCs.
Really? No way. Omen come, got it. Mary. Omen gamer come. Omen wants gamers to fuck.
The YouTube community post from Xbox.
Okay.
I'm giving it the worst of the 5 Microsoft choices in this category because
It was the last one, too.
because of it's art, baby.
Yeah.
That part at the end makes it the worst.
Okay.
3 votes or 2.
3. Mhm. You have to choose between 5 different Microsoft things and Oh, I still haven't said what Fuser is, so he
Yeah, what
needs
is
to vote.
Fuser?
Okay, please.
Okay.
Please, because I was about to. You need to do.
So, the come from behind home run. You remember the summer of gaming, right? And we sat through all those IGN
vaguely
things.
with Strife, yes.
Well, you remember every time it cut to this weird DJ thing, and it was like, Summer of Gaming is brought to you by this thing. And as we look at what's on screen, none of us can figure out what the game is. And I'm like, this
Because
looks...
they show it for 6 seconds.
6 seconds every time. The entire summer of gaming, they're like, brought to you by Fuser. And they keep showing this thing. They don't say what it is. They don't explain what it is. It just looks vaguely Harmonix-esque.
Yes.
Feel, that was a rhythm game. Harmonix launched last month, I think, and no one knew.
Here's the bonus, Feel. No one knows about that. Well, maybe their next game will be good. Stadia bought exclusivity.
Yep.
We've seen that Fuser ad, and this isn't hyperbole, at least 40 times.
And it launched last month. No one knew what it was. They paid so much money for it, and what they showed every time didn't convey what the hell that game was.
I just saw like 4 colors, and that's it. And to give you a point of reference, because you didn't watch the Summer of Gaming, imagine next-gen console watch, but sometimes they show a game, and it's supposed to be the first time you've seen it, and it's a bad indie game. And it's interviews, and they're really bad.
This is really bad, but I'm going to pick the most consistently powerful console for my third pick.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
That might
They
be my
went
favorite ad.
they went from it's the most powerful to, oh, fuck, we don't actually know if that's true. It might perform worse in a lot of situations. Oh, better just call it the most consistently powerful, something that effectively means nothing.
Yeah, because for
Yeah.
people who
Can't
don't
be tested.
understand, the brainworms this is coming from, the choir of brainworms. The PS5 has a feature in it that it can dynamically adjust its clock rate and voltage. So once that was out, a bunch of people who don't understand what was said were like, well, obviously if it's downclocking, it's not consistent in its clock speed, so that's bad. Even though it's very fine grain, super low level stuff, and could, be a really neat feature. Xbox takes this and they run with, yeah, it's the most consistently powerful console. We don't know if it's the most powerful console ever made, but it's definitely the most consistently powerful.
It's the most we're not owned advertisement I've ever seen.
It's funny because even if their console's weaker, it could still be the most consistently powerful
Yeah.
as long as it maintains a level of performance.
Mm.
So one might say they nailed that. Things tend to run worse on the Xbox Series in some cases, and it's been consistent this whole time. So consistently not the most powerful by any sizable margin at very least. So they're very consistent. So I'm not sure about that nomination field, but I understand where you're coming from. We're gonna go to KZ next.
Fuser.
Yeah.
We saw this thing for like 40 or 50 times over the course of 4 live streams. We never knew what it was, but I started getting annoyed with it. And it, unfortunately, operates in the same level as my brain as Metal Hellsinger. So any bad feelings I have about that game and its appearances are also applied to Fuser, so I definitely really don't like it.
Man, that's wrong.
And on top of that, the fact that you said that Fuser was out, I did not know it was out.
Yeah. No one knows what a million people were subjected to this ad countless times. No one knows what it is. For people who want to know what it is, you're mixing tracks of different songs to make an ultimate DJ set, and you get points for how cool things mesh. That's the concept. It's just like the card game they made, the weird card board game they made, but they made it a video game now and put out the worst marketing they could buy.
It's fine if you have a short spot that just shows gameplay, but if you're gonna take that B-roll, have someone say, "Fuser, this is what it is."
Yes, right?
Instead, it's just out of context. That's like,
The Summer of Gaming is brought to you by Todd. Cuts to a room with a man sitting in a chair who just stares deeply into the camera.
I mean, it comes off
That
as
makes sense if it was Todd Howard.
it comes off as just brought to you by music. It's like, okay,
Yeah, I didn't
What
even
am I
know if it
buying?
was a game or not
Yeah.
at first.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
we
let us
thought it was a
just,
streaming
make your-
service.
yeah.
Let us just make you disassociate. And there you go.
That's like what. Imagine this is brought to you by Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's just Cloud walking down a hallway, not even engaging, and there's no UI on the screen. It's crazy. The other two, let me see. Which ones do I feel strongly about here? That YouTube community post from Xbox, that definitely.
You mean that,
It
that
is
art?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yes.
That's insane. Now I do love me some gamer cum, but I'm gonna have to pick something else because I felt strongly about this one for most of the year. So Xbox Australia made a tweet in which they promoted the fact that the Series X has no boost mode, with zero context to anyone of what the fuck that means. What it means is PlayStation 5 uses boost, and PlayStation 4 Pro also use boost mode for old games to make them run better.
Mm-hmm.
So Xbox is like, we don't do anything called boost mode. It just runs. Not realizing that if you say it out of context like that, you're basically saying it runs and won't do it any better.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of that guy over there's eating shit. So the way you advertise that you don't eat shit is you go, I don't eat. And everyone goes, that's fucking stupid.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Yeah, it's a really bad ad. I saw many people confused by that this whole year. I've had to explain on Microsoft's behalf that new system will run games better because they advertise that it has no boost mode.
Now, it would be fine, and I wouldn't pick it at all if they just, oh man, they bungled something. They bungled like a message about their thing. But they bungled a message while trying to clap at another company.
Yes.
Oh God, we should have had no stand on here.
I don't
You're
think
right.
I don't think that could keep up
It
with
wouldn't
the
have
rest
made
of
my
these.
list, but it wouldn't have made my list of this is how you put this thing on its side. Look, it looks like a piece of shit.
This is our big O, and just like when Sony talked about how we wouldn't let people buy games used.
Someone said that. They're like, Microsoft's been getting all the clapbacks the same way Sony did at the start of last gen. I'm like, yeah, sure. They've been throwing stuff. They've been spitting.
Yeah.
Not spitting facts, sadly.
Spitting like a crazy homeless person in a park who's telling you about how the government controls your brain through microwaves. Okay, we're going to move to you, Bob.
All right. Most consistently powerful console.
Okay.
I still find that the absolute funniest because it's just like, oh, we're not owned. We swear we're not owned.
Yeah.
We're not owned. We're not owned. What do you mean I'm owned? I'm not owned.
It didn't feel like a we're not owned for me. It felt like oh fuck, it's done. It's like it's like someone's charging at you, you're fighting like some boss, and then it just runs out of energy, and it just kind of it's still going at you, but he's slower.
He just sits down like the he be sitting raccoon.
Yes. Fuser, because good lord, we've been over it enough times.
Yeah.
I don't know what the game
Holy
is.
shit.
I have no idea how it plays. Dan just explained it. I have no idea.
True, I've already forgotten what Dan said it was.
So, yeah, and here's the thing. I'm the only human who's ever known.
Yes.
I bet there are people who worked on that game who don't know how that game plays.
Okay, someone in the comments, explain to us what Fuser is. If you know what it is, you're not allowed to answer.
If you heard Dan 10 minutes ago and still retain it, congratulations.
Someone in the comments posted if you've ever played Fuser.
Oh, there's no way.
Yeah, see, it won't happen.
There's no way.
And smart delivery.
Awesome, Bob. What are you trying to do? Ruin engagement? Post in the comments if you haven't played Fuser.
Oh, you're right.
What was your third? Smart delivery?
Smart delivery.
Okay, why smart delivery?
That is a terrible name for what it is.
Absolutely. We've been over that. That's literally what KZ's throwback was just now. It was to that exact moment where we said, if you think you know what smart delivery is, write it in the comments, and no one got it right.
And they keep having to release blog posts about what it is.
Yeah.
Because that's the only news they have.
They explained it 4 times throughout the year on various blog posts. It was kind of nuts.
Do you remember Destiny 2's thing? Where they have a spreadsheet of all this information about Destiny 2, and then they're like, free next-gen upgrade, PlayStation 5. Yes. Microsoft, smart delivery. It's like, no, we don't have a free next-gen upgrade. We have something called smart delivery, though. Okay, what is that? I gotta go look this up. Gotta get a PhD in bullshit.
It's like when your computer has a licensing issue, so now you can't download anything ever again, and it'll never be fixed, and you just can't use Microsoft.
That's been smart delivery in my experience. Yes.
Yes. Ugh.
Yes, I respect your choice, Bob.
Yeah, I respect your choice too.
I'm changing my vote. Drop Xbox YouTube community and put smart delivery.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm actually really torn on my vote. Really, really torn.
So bad.
Because here's the thing. That YouTube community post only existed on YouTube.
Right?
It seems like a rogue community post. I searched every other social media for them, convinced that our fans were trolling us with a Photoshop.
Right?
Yeah, but it's so bad. It's so bad it should get credit anyway.
Yes.
It's art, baby. It's art.
That thing said that felt like it was engineered to attack us.
Yes.
Like they watch our content and they're like, well, fine, we'll just shit our pants more.
We'll say something so mentally taxing they'll die.
It's like I want them to shut the fuck up in the same way that I wanted The Last of Us 2 to end.
That's fair. Oh man, this is literally the hardest category in all of Game of the Year. I think I had an easier time sorting my fucking games. Jesus. No boost mode. That's my first nomination. The amount of conversations I had with people where they go, why doesn't their console run the games better? And I'm like, it does. And then they go, then why did they say it's no boost mode? And I'm like, God damn it!
One rogue Twitter agent in Australia can ruin it.
But they said it so many times. They started making that a part of their identity, and the people who are Xbox fanatics made that a part of their identity. It disseminated like some insane right-wing, red-pilled radio show where you just see everyone have the same talking points. Only your talking point of no boost up mode literally sounds like, I can't shit my pants, I don't wear pants. Like, why? You don't fucking wear pants? Are you insane?
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast.
I don't shit my pants, I shit on the floor. Like, whoa, what a sick own.
Clean it. What you didn't see is that Phil Spencer hid his shit in the background, and that's really cool. You didn't know.
It's just, it really was nuts to me that they came out and said that, because I had to explain to so many people, like, no, the Series X runs games better. What they're poorly trying to express is that they do that and it's not a special mode. It just works. They're terrible at this. They need to stop. Their marketing is so bad.
Their marketing needs to be real fucking sentences instead of bullet points with emojis with no fucking context.
Also that, yeah, that would help. I'm gonna give it to Omen Gamers. Fuck.
Yeah.
Omen.
Another pint poured in.
Omen wants gamers to fuck. There we go. Okay. And my third.
There's something funny about you typing that in, and then I see last edit was made by Dan.
It really is a battle on my third vote here between the YouTube community post was exiled to that one area. All these other Microsoft things are being shouted from the top of a mountain, but none of them have that Ready Player One energy, that condescension, that shittiness to it
God,
that the YouTube community post had.
that YouTube community post is 8 times longer, which makes sense. YouTube is the home of 3-hour video essays.
Yeah, that's true. That was the video essay of social media posts for sure. In this YouTube community post, I'm going to explain how the Series S is a piece of modern art. So, like, it is complicated. I think this is really, really complicated. Smart Delivery is a really bad name, though.
I can't believe you're not picking Smart Delivery after your experiences.
Yeah, but I feel like my experiences are a wholly separate entity, but you know, we don't know how many
guess
people it's
that's true.
affecting. If it was literally like half of the people, then oh yeah, in a heartbeat.
If we're looking at like the role that some of these things have in marketing and stuff, Fuser's rough because you don't know what it is. So you don't even know that was Fuser.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We know it's a game. That's it. That's all we know. No boost mode's bad because it makes some people go, "Well, is your game's not better?" Smart delivery is the thing where I feel like even if you go to an average person who's never heard of it in the context of a Sony game, knows what cross-buy means. But smart delivery is a completely different term.
Mm-hmm.
And when you put it in graphs on Destiny 2, of do you get a free next-gen upgrade, and one of them is yes, and the other one is a made-up fucking term, like smart delivery. Yes. How about you, Xbox? Let's see.
Yeah, no, it really is bad. It really is. I'm not gonna nominate Fuser. I'm gonna go ahead and just not, because man, that was bizarre. It was bad, and it was omnipresent during the summer of gaming.
Honestly, Fuser's just my way to shoot summer of gaming.
I mean, to be fair, I think it deserves to be shot. Just from my perspective, I'm not sure that I can hate it. Just like the Yakuza 7 song for Microsoft, that was stupid and terrible, but it was a one-time thing, basically, almost, and it faded away. That doesn't hurt me. There aren't people out there yelling, you know, the Yakuza 7 song as a sick-own. There isn't a device in my house that won't play any game because of the Yakuza 7 song. Like, guys, you need to realize I can't buy Yakuza 7 on my Series X and play it because of smart delivery. It really is a nightmare. Yeah, I think I should. I'm looking at this, and it's like the YouTube community post for Xbox versus smart delivery.
Right, and one's relegated to one area most people won't find.
But man, is it heinous.
I know.
It's like a racist diatribe in the INI file for a video game on PC.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh man.
How did you fucking nail it immediately? I don't want to see a Ubisoft INI file.
What's this commented out part? Whoa.
And some of them are like, I've leveled up. Now I can just put it in the main marketing.
That's true. Some games get that advantage. Okay, fuck it. Smart delivery. Smart delivery.
Yeah.
That's the only time that's ever happened. Someone said smart delivery and someone said, yeah, excitedly.
Bob's just happy because not only did you vote for it, he got me to change my vote because it was such a strong one.
Okay, so smart delivery seems to be in first place because it got 3 votes. Fuser got 2. Let me tabulate all the things that got 2. One moment.
Boost mode.
Consistently.
Gamercom.
Okay, and then unfortunately, it looks like the Xbox YouTube community post is falling to the wayside. That's a shame. That's a shame. If only they blasted that out on every channel, that would have maybe won.
Yeah, probably. If we had to endure a video version of that, that would have won.
If Summer of Gaming had that,
Oh, move on.
That would have won the same way Cyberpunk won.
yeah,
Yes.
we would have had to disqualify it. So as I'm seeing it, there are 2 votes for the following: the Fuser Summer of Gaming marketing campaign, the most consistently powerful console. Omen wants gamers to fuck and has an institution to make that happen.
Dan, you're misinterpreting it. It's a sperm bank for gamers that people go to be impregnated with gamers.
Yes,
Yeah.
I get that.
Put the gamer cells inside her egg.
And then we have a montage of gamers saying, "Yeah, I want to donate."
God.
And boost mode, no boost mode. So there are 4 candidates. I say we get 2 votes each. Sound good to everyone?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Good luck, us. I'm gonna vote first.
Sure.
Oh, fuck. Shit.
I see where you're highlighted.
Yeah, the bottom 3 are all things I voted for. No, they aren't. 1 second. No boost mode. Omen. Okay, consistently powerful is not the one I voted for. But it's also really strong.
Yeah, you're looking at it now and you're like, man, now that you've made it to the next round, you're looking kind of sexy.
Yes.
Yes, Dan is the asshole in a teenage romance comedy.
Right now, apparently.
God.
You're the main character of Bandcamp.
Damn, now that you took off your glasses, I might want to fuck you.
Now that you took off your glasses, you're consistently powerful.
Oh, fuck this.
Come on, Dan. You decided to go first.
Yeah, I had strong convictions, and then they evaporated as I gazed over the
Apparently.
horizon. No boost mode. And Omen. Bob.
Consistently powerful. Infuser.
Okay. KZ.
Man, you got me thinking in different ways now. No boost mode. I'm going to say Omen. And my reasoning for it is that they made that ad and they went through that whole thing and they're like, millions of people are going to watch this. This is going to be really good. And it's an ad so bad, only Feel remembered it.
And this is for selling gaming PCs.
I'll
Right.
be honest, I forgot about that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is miserable.
This is like
All right,
Asus
that's
or
fine.
AMD or someone else who's just a PC tech company went, yeah, let's make it about gamers donating their genetically superior juice.
God.
Okay. Feel?
Omen and consistently powerful console.
There we go. Except
No,
we've got a second place. It's the Omen Gaming PC. Demanding that gamers procreate.
You know what? Fuck it, boost mode. I didn't know that Dan had to fight people all year that, no, it just doesn't run the games better.
It's nuts. So you're saying changing it from most consistently powerful to boost mode?
Yeah, but only so it can be third place.
The problem is it's actually second now, because now it ties with the Omen Gaming PC thing. So now we have to debate between the Omen Gaming PC and boost mode to see which one gets second and third. Let me set that up. Okay. We're voting who gets second and third. Between Omen PC wants gamers to procreate via the sperm bank and boost mode. One vote, obviously. I'm going boost mode. Bob?
boost mode.
Okay. KZ?
Boost mode.
Hey, Feel.
I think Omen is worse because it fails
Okay.
on every level.
Well, there. Someone voted for that. That's important.
This is like when an election happens and they're like, I object. This is just really a show of defiance. It doesn't really.
I'm sad that we don't have a full set of 3 that are all Microsoft ads.
You know,
That's all I'm sad.
here's the thing. We got target confusion with most powerful console and most consistently powerful console.
That might be one of my favorite parts of the game of the year so far is Dan trying to remove it and then me and Bob adamantly going, fuck you. You're not removing it.
It is a different
There's a
thing.
difference.
There, it is a difference. Okay, let's run this down. So number 1 is smart delivery for, sorry, I got to say the name of the category again. That's how this shit works. One moment. Worst advertising of 2020. Smart delivery takes first place. No boost mode, quoted verbatim, takes second place. And Omen Gamer PC, Omen PC wants gamers to use their sperm bank because they're genetically superior. That also verbatim takes third place. And Fuser and most consistently powerful console are the runners up.
You see, you had trouble reading it because it seems insane.
Yes, it's so fucking stupid. Well, that was a fun category. I think we have time for one more.
Is it a real one more? Is it?
I don't think we have any more fake ones.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. Okay, gentlemen, we need to talk positive. Let's talk positive, okay? Best next-gen upgrade.
Ooh.
Ah.
Ooh.
Gio, you son of a bitch.
What?
Okay. I'm not changing it. The nominees are for best next-gen upgrade: Borderlands 3, Destiny 2, Genshin Impact, Ghost of Tsushima. Phil, read the next one.
I'm Warframe.
And Mortal Kombat 11.
Should Devil May Cry 5 be in here? Does that count?
See, that's interesting because all of these are free upgrades.
Right, those are free.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All of them are free. Otherwise, Spider-Man Remastered would be on this list.
That's true.
Yeah, these are like upgrades to the game. That is
Its
we're
own
selling
next
you
gen
it.
edition.
We're selling you. Isn't it like $40 too?
Yes, it's $40.
$40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, if it weren't the opinion of literally everyone else on this committee, I would be swinging for that for Game of the Year, but apparently not allowed. So, people who are upset, calm your tits. It's okay. Devil May Cry 5 Next Gen Edition is fucking the GOAT. We know. But yes, let's just talk about
We
these.
know. Refer to our spoiler cast and add 1 point to all of our.
Exactly.
Yes.
Literally. I waited for Next Gen to play through that game religiously, and they gave me a version far beyond what I could have expected.
They blue balled me for like fucking an entire week to play that because of the fucking
No, you have to
120
be.
hertz thing.
You have to be at 1080p. I'm sorry. You're like,
So-
no, after so long of 4K, no.
No. Okay. We each get 2 votes. Oh, that sucks. Should I make it 3?
No, there's only 6.
Please? No,
Yeah,
please.
2 is fine.
I feel like we're still going to shake out a pretty good list here if we go with 3.
Okay, you can go 3 if you think it's better.
Do 3.
Worst
Mercy.
case, we'll backpedal and we'll all pay for it. But, let's go with 3 votes each. We're going to start with KZ.
All right. Let's go with the obvious one in terms of an upgrade. In terms performance-wise, Genshin Impact.
Okay.
That game runs like shit even on like a PS4 Pro.
Yeah, it
Oh
does.
yeah, it sure
And
does.
then you just turn the camera when you boot this up on PS5 and go, "Oh my god." Just runs fantastically. Still haven't played much of it because there's 18 million games out.
Don't worry, I played more than enough for everybody on this network.
Good job. Good job.
I'm scared of when Sony's gonna send me my thing telling me how much I played.
Give him that pat on the back.
Oh boy. My next pick's going to be Destiny 2. Despite the fact they stripped out a bunch of content in that. That's not anything for the free upgrade. It's just like that was always preordained regardless. Playing that, I immediately went, holy shit, this feels incredible. Destiny 2 already felt great, but now it just feels even better running it at 60, and the visuals are really, really dope. My third choice, Mortal Kombat 11. I feel like it's maybe in the top 3 of the best looking games you can play on a console right now.
Yeah.
Like, you just boot that up and it looks like a goddamn miracle. I cannot fathom a NetherRealm game that is specifically designed for this generation of consoles.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
And how it's actually going to look, because this ran great and looked insane. So those are my 3.
Okay. We move on to Feel.
Genshin Impact, of course.
Done.
Mortal Kombat 11.
Done.
And Destiny 2. It's real smooth.
Okay.
Even if they deleted the game.
Yeah, keep in mind you don't have to use all 3 votes. We let people not do that earlier. Just noting.
I played it, so.
Yeah. Bob?
Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay.
That thing's immaculate.
Yep.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, Ghost is
Seeing that game run at 60, it looks kind of unbelievable. Like,
yeah, I haven't had a chance to try it, but just I can only imagine.
Yeah, because that game also didn't lock 30 on a PS4 Pro.
Right.
Even in the performance mode, it was like, well, the performance mode dropped it all the way down to 1080p, and then it mostly stayed at 30.
Right, yeah.
And now it's just 60.
Genshin's not quite perfect. Like, it's still, I wish it ran better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it still has frame drops and whatnot.
You know
That's
why?
my problem.
You know why?
What's up, Dan? Unity?
Because Sony doesn't actually have the variable refresh rate in this fucking console like they said it would.
Yeah, that would help. That would help a
you
lot.
you wouldn't have
Stupid
noticed
fucking
it.
piece of shit that doesn't do the thing they said it would.
Yeah.
But that's the other upgrade that I'm enjoying the most. So I'll go ahead and nominate Genshin. Because the other ones, like Destiny 2, I went and it became a huge disappointment because of everything they've done to that game.
Yes.
Also, the HDR seems totally screwed in that.
Yeah, that HDR is just wrong.
Like,
They
I just
did it-
can't see.
They did it incorrectly, but, you know, whatever. Set it to SDR, I guess.
I guess. Even that, it still look bad. I don't know what's up with that.
Okay. Looking at the candidates, I'm going to copy and paste Bob's. Wow. There we go. Mortal
right.
Kombat 11,
Tabulate.
Ghost of Tsushima, and Genshin Impact. I think it's pretty easy to see that Genshin Impact is going to win. Oh, wait.
No, Mortal Kombat 11.
Mortal
Yeah, everybody.
Kombat
Yeah,
is also up there.
Genshin Impact and MK11 are both.
Oh no, we're gonna
Up
have
there.
to vote on that. But anyway, we still need a third place. Let me look through this list. So that's a tie between. So we got 2 ties.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Ghost and Destiny 2.
Man, it's Mondo cool.
So let me go ahead and take these over here. We're gonna see who third place is first. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we need to vote on this. We need to start making some arguments. We need to solve this. You get 1 vote each. I think we're gonna vote the same way we just did.
Probably.
Yes, I haven't played one of them, so I'll pick the one I played.
Destiny 2 looks really impressive. It looks really great. But as someone who bought that game at full price, and now there's jack shit for content, basically, it's really upsetting. So I'm not going to change to that. I think Ghost looks absolutely incredible. Loads super fast. Been checking out the Legends mode in that. I think it's a really impressive next gen version, and that game looked absolutely incredible last gen. I think.
Yeah, we called it a next gen game when we were playing it.
Yes.
Yeah. Really impressive game.
God, what open world did we play right before? And we're like, oh yeah.
Oh, I don't want to know.
No, there was something where it's like, oh no, I was comparing it to the next gen games from Microsoft, which didn't actually exist.
Yeah, you were looking at that, but you're also talking about the new Assassin's Creed that was going to come out.
Oh, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that with Ghost, it's a binary. Everything is better in like the best version it could be. Whereas Destiny 2 has problems. Like I've talked about, the HDR seems screwed up. It just looks wrong in a lot of scenes because of how dark it'll make it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like as much of a binary. It's better now.
It does run at 60. It doesn't load fast enough.
It doesn't. It does not fix that problem.
I wish it did. But yeah.
I'll flip to Ghosts.
Okay.
Because you're right. If there's a genuine if there's any problem with Destiny 2 that's not like the content thing, because I'm like, they were going to do that anyway.
Right.
So it doesn't really parse for me of this is a mark against the next gen upgrade aspect of it. But if there's actual problems that are like, oh, the HDR in this is bad,
Yeah,
that's I can understand that.
Yeah, it's really weird. Unfortunate.
I'm also switching to Ghost, by the way.
Well, shit.
But I'd like to say that it's a shame that we all didn't play Days Gone, so that couldn't be on this list.
That's
Right?
true. That's true.
I feel really bad.
The little bit that I did play that, holy shit. It doesn't even look like that game. Running smooth is not something that game should do. Really quite incredible, the upgrade that you see there. Like, me and Bob, I think it was on our PS5 launch stream, right? We're just pointing at the screen and yelling, basically.
Yeah, we were just like, this isn't how this game looks.
You're lying to me.
You know what would have been great to be on this list that it couldn't be?
Mm-hmm.
Tekken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that didn't get one.
they need to do that ASAP.
Yeah, it should have existed on this list.
Too bad the Xbox Series X is still playing that game in 720p.
Okay, well, I didn't ask for that to happen, but here we are.
So we got to break this tie on Genshin Impact and Mortal Kombat 11. Let's go ahead and do our votes. One vote each. I'm throwing it in Mortal Kombat 11. Bob,
Mortal Kombat.
KZ,
Mortal Kombat.
Feel.
Oh, I'm giving it to Genshin Impact because that made it better in every conceivable way. Mortal Kombat 11 was clearly an immaculate game, even on last gen, except for
It loads matches in 5 seconds now.
Dan, the next time you
that's
and
fine.
Bob go and pick the same thing, you have to go to Field. We can't do this to him again.
No, it's fine. I think it's funny.
Yeah, no, like he voted.
Besides, Genshin Impact is going to get plenty of respect when I give it Game of the Year. Not binding.
No contract.
Okay, so our best next gen upgrade
Terrified.
is Mortal Kombat 11. I'm thrilled. Genshin Impact and Ghost of Tsushima with the runner-up Destiny 2. Well,
Cool.
That's going to do it for this time. We'll see you guys next time. It's got to be the Game of the Year next week, right, guys? That's the week we're definitely going to talk about what is Game of the Year.
Yeah, you didn't tease already that you'll start the next one with another category.
Oh, well, I was thinking about jumping straight to that this time, clearly.